Greetings and salutations, Dota fans. It is I, Badger, back for some more League of Legends Season 8 commentary. I'm joined tonight by an old friend, a man who I've not been able to commentate with much as of recently. It is the great Season 4 League of Legends champion and most annoying support player in the league, Artorius. How are you tonight?
Ale, habito!
Oui. Oh, wait, no, Dick. But we have a good series on our hands tonight. We have two teams at two different crossroads right now. We have No Teddy, who are looking to secure their upper bracket berth, perhaps secure one of the top seeds in Group B, versus No Proper Carry, a team that desperately needs these wins for playoff contention. So really, two very different incentives right now. Looking at bans, nothing too shocking. Heroes we've expected, given the pro scene. I mean, Tiny, Monkey King, Weaver, arguably the three best heroes in Dota other than Io. And then the AA ban, which has been a hero who's been appreciating in value, into that 5-pick Elder Titan. What are your thoughts so far?
My thoughts are that could be a pause 4 Elder Titan. Smile.
It could be a 4, it could be a 5, it could be a 3. It's as if these flexible heroes are good at Dota. No way.
There's no Hall City in the game, so it's probably not a mid. Or Flying Nightmare, I think he also plays that.
That's degenerate.
I thought NPC were mathematically eliminated from playoffs. Or am I wrong?
I don't remember.
I would check.
I'll pull up the records right now for the teams, so...
Oh, no, they have 3 wins. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
They're 3 and what, though?
Oh
god, they're 3 and 9.
Yeah.
So
I think if they win out, they got a chance, right?
I think if they can get like 5 wins, they have a chance, yeah. They need like 5 wins. 5 or 6 wins is what they need. So
they can only drop 1 game, right?
Like, I'm pretty sure 7 is just not enough with the permutations mathematically of the games, so. Even that, 8's not guaranteed in. I think 9 will be guaranteed in. 8 won't be, so it's really a must-win game for every game for Team NPC. And it's a team that's been sputtering all season. I mean, basically everybody but Fury has not particularly played well in this team, to be honest, is the best way to describe it. And it's been hard to watch this team just lose Dota games. I like a lot of the players in this team, so it's been hard for me to see them lose. Versus No Teddy, I mean, it's the defending champions. It's a very good Dota team. Everybody knows they're good. Maybe they're not as good as last season because, once again, they're missing one of their players, Teddy. And Kate is playing on like 220 ping now, playing from Japan. But once again, they're 10 and 4 for a reason. They're still a very good outfit.
Bet you that'd be 14-0 if they had Teddy.
I doubt it. They still probably lose the fucking Nebula 2-0 in groups. And they'll beat them in playoffs anyways.
You underestimate how powerful Teddy is.
They played in groups the season they won, and Nebula beat them 2-0. And then in playoffs, it was the reverse.
The only person the Tacos were ever scared of against any team was Teddy.
You're capping.
Yeah, King got banned because we had snow.
10 seconds.
You're capping. There's no way in hell.
I don't know, you said I was capping when I ranked Frostfire Sims rank 1. But then again, we will have to see how they do in playoffs.
That's literally the thing on everyone's mind is how... I feel bad for, like, Colonel Squid. I know it's in the chat right now. It's like, why are they bringing up my team losing in playoffs again? It's not even my cast.
I stood in for them last night, and I'm already bad-mouthing them about their playoffs. Feels bad.
Dude, the worst part is, like, Snow was bad-mouthing them last night, too. And I was getting pinged on Discord, like, why is Snow bad-mouthing me? Poltex the Squid for pinging me.
If people haven't realized, Snow bad-mouths everyone. So you either learn to deal with it and get along with him, or you hate his guts. It's about your 2 options.
I mean, many have chosen the latter rather than the former.
Yeah, same with me.
Same with me, actually, too. Looking at the picks, though, nothing too shocking so far. I mean, they banned out the AA, they picked the IO, they picked the Night Stalker, and then, so shocker, though, is NPC respond with the Luna. It's a very early Luna pick. Obviously a hero who fundamentally can match up well to hero like Night Stalker having that night vision, but it feels like it's a very premature Luna pick. Am I on the same page there with you?
It kind of seems like they're a little bit copying the what you call it EG draft from earlier today. That was one hell of a game, but they obviously don't have the Night Stalker on their team. But I kind of like the Luna pick. Obviously, it's okay into that Night Stalker. You get the nighttime vision. It's actually pretty good into IO because I'm pretty sure Lucent Beam can cancel relocate, and then obviously if you have Glaze bouncing around, IO doesn't really want to be near that, but he has to be because of Tether. So it's relatively okay in that sense. Then obviously you get 3 protection picks. Right, so they ban out the Spectre, which I think is the main protection pick for the Luna. And the Weaver and the Tiny are already gone.
I mean,
I don't
it
need to
makes
worry
sense.
about them.
I mean, they're getting these heroes and match up well into the Luna. Like we've seen, we saw it in Quincy Crew today, beating Aster. They had the Spectre into Luna matchup. Spectre matchup very well into the Luna in the mid and late game. So they're saying, you know what? Let's learn from the mistakes of Aster. Let us not give them Spectre. And obviously, KU plays a very good Spectre. It's probably one of his top 3 or 4 heroes. Obviously, not as good as say as Terrorblade, but it's up there in terms of his best heroes. So now that Spectre's in the meta, I for would not be giving KU Spectre.
Yeah, it is one thing that Team NPC probably have to worry about here is a TB pick. Even though there is an Elder Titan, TB can just, buy the yellow item called BKB.
Mm-hmm. And it's a hero that
Um,
matches up pretty well into the Luna as well, traditionally, so it's a little bit scary still.
Yeah, Lena's actually a really good pick here because they can flex that to mid. And mid Lena kind of just shits on Luna. You just outrange her, out damage her, and you also have a bit of magic burst as well before you pick up those big items like a Daedalus. Well, and probably not Daedalus anymore. Silver's Edge.
Yeah, I
But
mean, everybody and their mother's buying Silver Edge at this point. You know, it's a great time to play Dota.
all right, I guess that is the counter to the Lena and to a potential Terrorblade is you just Mars Arena and have Luna sit inside of it.
Here's the problem: it's good against the Lina. Obviously, it's good against these like sort of like ranged heroes that have a long range projectiles, i.e., Sniper, Lina, particularly a hero like Gyrocopter. But the thing is, Night Stalker has a really good matchup into Mars because, well, you pop this thing called Dark Ascension, and you pop over the wall. It also matches up badly into Io because Io can either tether over the wall or he can relocate somebody out of the wall. It's good against the Lina, but I feel like this pick provides a little outside of countering Lina, and I'm not sure that is the best prioritization for the draft of Team NPCs. You on the same page there, me, on that one? Or no.
I think we'll have to see later on in the draft with with their final pick, how they're going to counter out some of these things. Like Disruptor's good against IO, so they have 2 answers to the IO. They have an answer to the Lina, and they don't really have an answer to the Night Stalker. But they're kind of okay with the Night Stalker. Like Night Stalker needs BKB to play against Disruptor. He doesn't really care Mars. I guess he doesn't really mind Luna if his target is Luna. He definitely cares Luna if his target is not Luna and he doesn't have a BKB because she will shred him. And then like Elder Titan's one of those supports that doesn't really care about Night Stalker because you're tanky. So I don't know if they need a Night Stalker answer yet. I'm surprised they picked that hero into Disruptor and Mars though.
Yeah, that really throws off my idea of their draft. It means more than likely it's a 5 Night Stalker and a 3 Darkseer, which is interesting. It both removes the ambiguity in their draft and puts them into a very interesting concept. I both like and hate the Darkseer. I think it's very good stylistically into a hero like Luna, but I'm not sure overall it fits the concept of what Snow Teddy team are doing. Obviously, it's going to be interesting. I like the pick. I don't know if it's good, but I like it. You know what I mean?
So yeah, that's obviously a 3 Darkseer.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they're not playing it mid.
Not
Then
not a Kobe hero. Yeah, not a Kobe hero.
yeah, so that leaves Night Stalker probably on a support, but it could even be a carry Night Stalker. But I don't think it's a Night Stalker 5 if it's the support. Because then that leaves Io with Darkseer in the offlane, and that's kind of just awkward.
Because I don't think I've ever seen. I think Malefic is the IO player for this team. I don't think I've ever seen Keita play it, and even then, Keita playing IO on like 210 ping is probably going to be hard. Versus playing Night Sucker on 210 ping is probably not an issue. So it's one of those things you have to factor into this team, particularly because they have the adverse circumstances of their 5-player being in Japan right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but IO Darkseer is all I'm gonna say again.
I don't see the problem with IO Darkseer. Maybe you. I mean, obviously, you're not getting the ideal synergy there, but Overcharge gives Spell Amp. You give the regen to Darkseer hero who loves mana regen. Like, I don't see the problem. I don't know about you. I don't see the problem.
But IO Darkseer into Disruptor Luna.
Maybe I'm just bad at Dota, but I don't see the problem.
Disruptor's a lane dominator. Luna can dominate lanes in the right matchups, aka this one. And what are you gonna do? Ion Shell the fucking IO and send him in?
You just play the lane the way you would hear like Sand King, right? You cut the wave, you bring creeps to the jungle camps, you avoid the lane, you play the IO with the Darkseer, or you play the IO in the lane to leech with the Darkseer cuts. Like you just play it the way you play a Sand King lane, right?
But you can't do that against a Disruptor. There's a reason why you don't want to pick Sand King and Disruptor to cut the lane.
Okay, I see where you are going with this one. I see the. I think though. I think they're fine running that sort of concept. But the thing is, let's just say they run a Darkseer and Night Sucker lane, right? Then wouldn't they just be in a 2 melee versus 2 range matchup and get kited around by Luna Disruptor?
No, because the Night Stalker will outtrade the Disruptor, or even trade him, while the Darkseer gets a bit of farm. And the moment it's nighttime, or even just the Darkseer level 3, you can kind of just run at them, and they either have to have skilled glimpse early on, or they need to be able to run out of kinetic field in time before you kill them. And even then, you can get vacuum backed in.
That seems realistic for the Disruptor, doesn't it? Like going like a 1-0-1 skill build, just using that. I mean, we have to assume Darkseer is going to go 0-2-1 skill build. We're probably at the point in Surge. If he doesn't, he'll get run at by Luna with the blessing in the Disruptor queue.
But there's not really a point in getting Surge against Glimpse kinetic field.
I think I'm actually very curious. I think it's one of those things where we can say with a degree of confidence everything interesting is probably going to happen in that lane. That whatever the no Teddy offlane is into the Luna Disruptor lane. So we'll get to see the proof of concept when it happens. I think you and I are on. It's usually you and I are on similar pages. We are not on the same page right now. In terms of evaluating this lane, odds are you're right because you're better than me at Dota. You know, I'm standing by my incorrect analysis. Look at the heroes in question, though. We have a Sand King pick, which means either it's a Mars mid or a Sand King mid. I'd have to guess the Mars mid, but what's your thoughts on that one?
I think either way, that feels like a good pick.
Speaking of heroes, I like to pick up. That's Clinks. I think I like that. Wait, do it? Wait, what?
Blinks is okay, but he needs a BKB this game so badly.
Okay, you were okay, we were both wrong. We thought it'd be either 4 Night Sucker or 4 IO. It's a 4 Darkseer. So it'll be the Night Sucker farming the offlane with the Darkseer supporting him, and then IO playing the 5. Which it turns out I thought Malefic was their IO player, because the one game they played so far this season with IO, they had Malefic played 4, but apparently Keita plays a 5 IO as well, which is, I mean, I guess interesting. I'm not sure how Clinks is going to do this game, but I mean, both Clinks and Lena by BKB, they're fine eventually, right?
Yeah, Clinks is 100% going to need a BKB. I'm not sure if they're on a timer, though. I don't think they are.
Look at the overall draft view to evaluate who's you liked better. Who would you lean towards here?
So it's mid Mars.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about the mid Mars. I like Dyer's draft better, even though they have Clinks. They also have like the IO, and they have these good heroes like Lena, Kobe, Lena. Like no joke, Kobe might be like a top 2 Lena player in the league. He's a really good Lena player, so this might be a good game for them.
Sev also said he wasn't a Lina player, and then like we picked him Lina, and he went like 24-2. So
Sev Dota 2.
it's Lina.
Because Kobe's definitely a Lina player. Like he was playing Lina when Lina wasn't even good, I'm pretty sure. But if you are just joining us, welcome.
When was Lina not good?
Like a year ago. I don't. If you are just joining us, welcome to a 2-game series here between Team NPC on the Radiance and No Teddy on the Dire. I am Badger. I am joined by the one and only Artorius. Hopefully we are in for a good Dota series on our hands. We're seeing already a 5-man smoke into the Dire side track camp. They have beamed and burrow strike onto the Night Sucker. 11-17 is in severe danger. He should go down first blood. Question is, who does it go to? The rebuke is there. Slow once again. First blood goes to Shrek the Green Knight on Sand King. Doss, probably not too happy right now, but it's still first blood. Huge kill there for the side of Team NPC. They get start to their game.
30 seconds to battle.
I don't think the DOS lane needs it laning into a 4 Darkseer. Just gonna throw that out there.
Well, you were all in on the 3 Darkseer 4 Night Stalker concept. What is the verse in the heroes, sir?
Because the Night Stalker has a chance to outtrade the Disruptor.
Listen, just put
That does not apply to Darkseer.
just put the IHL on the Night Stalker and run them together. What do you teamwork? You guys are team members. This is how you feel when I think this is how I think Burke, you're now understanding how I feel when I cast with you. Like at long last, you understand how I feel.
That is amazing. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying in nonsensical words, in the face of all evidence. What can you do about it?
I'm not gonna be able to help you catch any kills because I'm just gonna watch whatever lane I think will be interesting and then just train agility.
Speaking of interesting, Malphix being run app right now should be 2 kills here in this one. Oh, he sticks on Malphix. He can stick there, but it will not matter. Will be another kill going to Doss. He'll miss a few lane creeps for that one, but still. That's 2 kills for the side of Team NPC. Fantastic start to the game. The exact start they needed.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
I just realized that first blood, Shrek definitely needed it because it made him skill Burrow Strike.
That's true.
You don't want to do that on Sand King level 1. Even if it's for a first blood.
It's a Chad move.
Well, no, because now you can't do anything in lane until you hit like level 2 or 3.
He's got 2 last hits against the 7-1 of Clinks. I'm sure it's fine.
Like, Io hasn't even fucking tethered to Clinks yet. It doesn't even matter. If I'm this Io, I'm just fucking sprinting at Sand King and just clicking him. I don't even care that I do no damage. He's skilled Burrow Strike.
So Io is 51 damage. That's plenty of damage, I'm sure. That's a good amount of damage.
However, Mars seems to be owning the mid lane in the first couple of waves.
I'm a little bit shocked by that one, but it makes a little bit of sense. I mean, it's one of those things where Lina can't necessarily harass out any heroes yet with her levels of spells. At some point, Lina will be, say, like, level 4, level 5, and then have the ability to really start forcing the Mars out of lane. But until that point, Mars has a lot of base stats, a lot of HP. You know, got 3 armor. It should be fine for now.
I mean, he can force the Mars kind of out of lane at level 4 and level 3, but he can't when Mars is level 6, because that kill threat's always there.
And from what I can tell as well, he's been using Spear pretty well to bring the Lina away from him. Like, I've seen it only once so far. I also haven't been really watching mid at all. I've been assuming Fury's using the Spear well to bring the Lina away from the ability to harass him. That makes sense. That would be a smart way to approach the lane.
Mm-hmm. He did, however, I think miss 3 creeps in order to get the second water rune.
So
Although I'm not a
need
mid
regen.
player, so I don't know if that's worth it or not, because I'm a noob support player.
We've seen at TI a lot of emphasis in the water runes. Like a lot of emphasis in the water runes in the mid laners, so I'm not too shocked that Fury's grabbing it. Obviously, ideally, you don't miss any losses for it, but that's Dota 2 for you sometimes.
Okay, somehow Shrek has caught up and farmed. Did he like hit a couple jungle creeps or something?
I stopped watching top lane about a minute ago.
Understandable. It's probably pretty boring.
I was hoping that bottom lane would be where the action would be at, but it's actually been relatively calm. I mean, you see 11-17 walking and taking damage and then walking away. And she may die this time, so in the Connect field now. DOS and Aurora are hitting. Thunderstrike is there. Down goes 11-17 on that Night Stalker. It's 3 kills for Team NPC, and they're the ones who are hitting them with the all chat lines.
Badger, I just had the weirdest glitch ever. I jumped off the Varrock rooftop course and ended up inside the building.
I think you've broken their house. You've broken the window. I think you have to pay for that, sir. Oh, dear lord. I'm coming for this game. This is actually a really, almost ideal laning phase so far for the side of Team NPC. Like, obviously, they're not necessarily winning the lanes hard, but they're doing what they need to in all their lanes. Obviously, the farm individually isn't necessarily great, but they're doing pretty well in all the lanes. They're getting what they want. Assuming they can continue at this pace, they should be where they need to be for the mid-game, early mid-game sort of timing. Top lane, though, we're seeing Salty and Shrek getting very aggressive right now. We're seeing Shrek grab some neutrals. Speaking of neutrals, it's 11-17 and Malefic contesting the Radiant side neutrals. So we're really seeing a lot of fun so far in these side lanes.
Yeah. I think the only lane that probably isn't where it wants to be right now for the Radiant is the bot lane. They do have 2 kills and they're winning the lane pretty heavily. But it is now nighttime.
I was gonna say, it might be another kill here. So 11-17 going at Aurora. The Iron Shell is there. DOS is hitting that sucker. Aurora low. 11-17 low. Both of them should go down. Both of them will go down. Aurora dying first. 11-17 dying under that tower. So once again, good trade for DOS. Solo XP on the kill and the kill, now being into a solo Darkseer lane. It's good for DOS.
Yeah, I think that Night Stalker needed to wait a minute for that level 3 on Darkseer. I was like, right before you had to take over for what you call it, casting the kill. I was about to say Darkseer is almost level 3, and then he just starts running in like a maniac, and I was like, okay, well, all right. Don't think you want to make that trade. Like you don't want Luna to get that kill, even if you get that kill on that support first, because as you said, solo gold, solo XP.
We mentioned
Aurora
the importance of
really
we mentioned the importance of level 3 timing on the Darkseer as well, like literally for the last 8 minutes, and they did not respect it. It's been Malefic a lot really out of the lane, harassing the Disruptor, going into harassing neutral camps on the Radiant side, stacking neutrals at the Dire Tri-Camp. We've seen stacks here at the Hard Camp and the Ancients, which is good and all for no Teddy, but it does mean that Malefic's individual game is suffering, which on a hero like Darkseer can be very hard to deal with as you want, levels.
Yeah. And you also don't want Luna to have a good start. So. And like, killing Disruptor doesn't really matter. Like, Disruptor wants levels, but he'll probably just get the Tome. Because Elder Titan's levels don't matter as much as Disruptors. And then on top of that, like, you kill him, and then he just gets free regen, and he can just come back to base, and he gets a free TP, so, like, Aurora's probably sitting there laughing his ass off, like, thank you for killing me.
It wouldn't shock me. I mean, it's always fine to die for getting a kill as a support in that sort of lane there. Seeing Shrek is really beginning to take over the top lane as well. He's level 6 right now, has 3 points in Sandstorm, 1 point in Epi, 2 points in Burrow. Though, we're seeing no Teddy. They're doing the usual. It is get farm to the man KU. They've been hitting some jungle camps in the Dire jungle, and they have stacks at the Dire Tri-Camp. They're really ensuring that this, really it's Kobe and KU that will be farmed. So nothing too out of the ordinary stylistically there. Top lane, though, it will be a Burrow and Epi onto Keita. He'll now tether away to KU, but under that tower, Radiant are struggling to dive. Meanwhile, bot lane, DOS hits the tower. Back to top lane again. They run at Shrek. Stomp is there from Salty onto 2. Sentry Ward is dropped. They now see Shrek, but can they get him? It should be a kill if they can keep hitting him. The Burrow Shrek is there away from Shrek. Burning Barrage comes in into that into a death on Shrek. And now Salty looks for Malefic, but the Surge is there in the Darkseer. Salty should go down. Salty will go down. So it's 2 kills there for no Teddy. They triple their kills in a matter of 10 seconds flat. Artorius, you there, buddy? Artorius. Okay, he might legitimately be gone. I'm checking my internet. My internet seems to be fine, so either he cannot hear me, his mic is not working, or his internet is not working. It was a fun fight, though, top lane. We're seeing now Radiant have blocked some camps in the Dark Side Tri camp. They're smoking up as to with the support duo. Not quite sure where our man Artorius is, but I'm sure he'll be here soon. At the Tri camp again, it's now Salty warding. They see Kobe, who's double stacking right now. Though, both of them will not stack for obvious reasons. And now it's 3 heroes on NPC, congregated at the Dire Side Tri camp. They see the stacks. Can they clear them? They certainly want to. They're now instead running mid lane at Keita on the IO. Not the easiest kill to get, but surely a valuable one if they can get it. They see him with the obs where they know he's under that tower. The arena is there on Fury. Now 17 and Kobe are on the rotation. They see Aurora. Aurora is the target. Certainly will go down. He glimpses away the Night Sucker, but Kobe easily grabs that kill with the Dragon Slave. And now it's amazing. Welcome back. Where did you go?
So I had to move my computer downstairs for like the next couple days, and the way my power cord is set up, my dog jumped onto the couch and stepped on it and ripped it out of my computer.
So Batty screwing you over again?
No, it was Bruce.
It's Bruce.
And,
no way.
Yeah, he is now laying on top of me.
Thanks, Bruce.
So if I sound quiet, it's because I'm farther away from my mic.
It's okay. I turned you up, but I literally can't. I have you at 200% right now, so you can't get any louder.
I'll just talk louder.
Well, perfect! Something you should have done in the first place. Thank you.
Well, the game's paused. They paused for me? Smile?
No, they paused for, I think, Keita or KU or something. Yeah, it was Keita with the pause, so probably Keita was the one who caused the pause. We are getting some G's, though. We are back. We may see an attempt mid lane onto Kobe. The arena is there at the Arcane Room, but Kobe's a little bit too far away. Fury is getting a little bit frisky with the Arcane Room, but the kill seems untenable, so they will not attempt it. It is meta 10 time now. It is DOS, number 1 in net worth, a good sign for Team NPC. Problem is, KU number 2, Kobe number 3, and both of them are accelerating their farm rapidly. Over to top lane, they're running at Malefic, who's surging away from Shrek and DOS. Malefic should go down to either a Lucent Beam or a right click. Malefic tries to juke. Burrow Shrek secures that kill. Once again goes to Shrek the Green Knight. Now it's DOS sieging the top tier 1, perhaps. But both Kobe and Fury are there in the wings. This could be a very interesting fight. Kobe sees Fury, ignores Fury, lets him walk the tower, does not want to fight that one. As a result, NPC grab the top tier 1 tower.
Shrek's gonna be able to defend bottom too.
Yeah, Shrek is everywhere he needs to be right now. He is across the map, taking towers, defending towers. Good for map control in terms of Team NPC's game. In the Dire Side jungle, they see Aurora warding. LSA is there from Kobe. Aurora will tank the Laguna Blade. He glimpses away the Lina, but only delays his death temporarily. Dragon Slave brings down Disruptor. Yukon's Aurora, now dead. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, the arena, looking for level 17, Night Stalker was not tanking out the tank that chain stun combo. The burrow and the spear with the arena on top, far too much stun. Down goes 11-17. It is some fun action we are beginning to see as these heroes begin to truly get online. We're seeing some brawling across the map, and you'll love to see it.
How do you feel about this potential Mars build? We saw Mars the other night go for a armlet.
Yeah, that's a very cool item build. We're seeing much more. Like, this is more of a build that you see, like the the IG player. I forgot his name, but the IG Mars player. I think it's JT, the one that he builds. Oh, Shrek dies bottom lane. Kobe had a good setup there. Shrek was very deep under the tower and got punished. But you see the for IG, their Mars player, he builds BKB Blink a lot of the time. So, not too shocked that Fury is of a similar opinion. Say, hey, why not go with the Mars build? The best Mars player in the world buys.
It looks as if, though, he is rushing this Blink Dagger, and now with Sven's Blink Dagger, this could become very scary for No Teddy.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where that's really the key item they're looking at in terms of, you know, taking these team fights, and they're going to have it very, very soon. They're actually buying one on Fury as well. He bought out for the Blink Dagger, so it's double blinks. It's one on the Mars, one on the Sand King. Shrek initiates, looking for KU. Epi Burrow is there. Back him, bring Shrek back now to Sturge KU, but he's glimpsed back into Shrek. Down goes KU. Huge kill there now. In comes Fury. The arena is there. It's on 2 temporarily. 11-17 leaves it. Shrek is target for the die. He's being focused down. Down goes Shrek, and now Kobe arrives. Salty, stomps, dodges LSA, and he runs. He runs rapidly. Dire are chasing. 11-17 is the man in the lead, but he may be running into DOS. Salty is the target. Loosen Beam, Spear there. They bring 11-17 away, and now Radiant are the ones who are retreating back to their try camp. It ends up being a 1-for-1 trade, but Radiant are the ones who grab the all-important kill on the KU Clinks.
That was a really good glimpse back, but unfortunately in order to get that kill, they had to use the glimpse, and therefore they couldn't save Shrek. The one big thing about Disruptor in the early game is you can make these tower plays. Never mind, the spear. I guess I can keep talking. Is you make these aggressive plays on the tower, and most teams think, oh, I can just teleport in and help my player here that's just playing near a tower. He's safe. But Disruptor just sends one back, so you're pretty much always going to have the numerical advantage when making an aggressive play on a tower. The only problem is if you then therefore have to use that glimpse for a kill, you can't have that numerical advantage anymore because you can't glimpse somebody away.
I mean, if you kill somebody, isn't that a numerical advantage in itself, you know?
Well, not when your player dies right after.
Just don't die.
Yeah, tell that to Shrek.
He's only on 3 deaths. That's good for Shrek. Seeing a 2-man smoke, it's Fury, the Mars with the Arcane Rune and the Blink Dagger, accompanied by Aurora on the Disruptor. They're looking for some kind of kill. They're in the middle lane area. I believe they see Malefic. They did see him briefly, but the problem is it is a Darkseer. A 4 Darkseer at that. They will end up ignoring him. They'll occupy instead the Dire Side jungle, being the Seeds at top tier 2. Meanwhile, it is no Teddy playing across the map, primarily Shallow in the Radiant Side jungle, and at their own tri-camp, so both teams dodging each other mostly right now, though both teams occasionally converge in the mid lanes, but we have yet to find their fight. Well, this is interesting.
Kind of playing a farming game mirroring the map.
Are you surprised that 11-17 is going for Echo Saber at all, or...?
No, I saw that on Ice earlier today. It's actually pretty good. Keeps people inside of silence, outside of the void.
I mean, I'm aware of why it's good, but it's more like it's good when you're ahead, and he's really far behind right now.
Yeah, it's taken him a while to get it, and I think that's going to be a big issue, because now that delays his BKB.
Oof, Malefic getting away from danger for a little bit. The arena is committed. He even vacuums the walls on a Fury, but down goes Malefic. A lot of spells missed there by the side of Team NPC, but no Teddy simply did not punish that.
This is looking like Snow Mars.
Meanwhile, mid lane, Epi Burrow will be there. Kobe used the LSA for the Fire Soul Tech. Now in comes Shrek. He misses the Burrow on 17. Aurora goes in for the glimpse and uses it already, actually. So now 17 gets away. And now,
no, he doesn't.
That's disastrous there. Now the Spear and the Burrow are there on to 11-17, bringing him all the way into the river. He's on the jukes once again, though. Glimpse brings him back into DOS. Loosen Beam is there. One more spell, more thing. But bringing the Spear down goes 11-17. So overall, it's a 2-for-0 trade across the map. Nestalker, Darkseer both go down, though, thanks to the Chaos, every tower lives. Mid T1 on the Radiant side lives. Dire top tier 2 lives. Good day to be building.
Did you chirp me for my misspells? What do you call the past 3 minutes?
We'll call it a circus. Sometimes you misspells, you know? Sometimes you misspells, Artorius.
DOS didn't miss any of his spells. Smile.
So, Luna. How do you miss a spell on Luna?
DOS actually just only now has Eclipse. I guess he never really had a good chance to use it, so it's a good thing he didn't put any skill points in it. But, I don't think I've ever actually seen this. I guess he probably went the Moonglade's Lunar Blessing build and just went into the jungle.
Yeah.
Like the RPG build earlier today.
Nothing
Dude, I've
too
referenced
shocking.
this fucking EG game way too many times. It's like the only TI game I've watched.
Bot lane, we are seeing KU. He's there, bottom lane slept, but Oh, they used detection, but KU, his game sense, he knows something is up. Instead of juking up and away, he jukes down and to the left. As a result, he easily gets away. So good play there by KU, not being caught by the many Radiant heroes that are right there. So good play there. Meanwhile, it's our buddies on Dire and No Teddy that have smoked as forward. They're headed towards the Radiant side tri-camp. Looking at Dire vision, they don't see DOS. Can they find him, though? They're a little bit off in the timing, it appears. They're still running at him, and now they will see him top lane. They're going to dive this tier 1 tower. Is there a response? In come the TPs. Wall is there. DOS uses Manta, but he's already quite low. Earth Splitter comes in, hits there onto 2. DOS still alive, now comes down. Now in comes everybody in the Radiant. They're engaging now, except for Fury, who's still not there. Keita, the target. Epi, Burrow, Io, dead. Elsa stuns onto the Sand King. Salty, dead. Kobe is doing so much damage. In comes Burning Barrage. Shrek burrows away for now, but he still goes down to the damage of KU. Now Aurora is the target. It's already 3 dead for the side of Team NPC. 1117 dives the tier 2 tower. The Iron Shell's there on Sucker. In comes Echo Saber. Down goes Aurora. It's a 4-for-1 trade. Fury is there, but he cannot fight. The Serena is there. It'll be there on a 2. Can he bring everyone down? 1117 will go down. He now moves to Malphite. Malphite now runs at him. Burning Barrage misses. Fury's under that tower, and he jukes away for now, so it ends up being a 4-for-2 trade. Very, very heavily in favor of No Teddy.
Yeah, the whole fight kind of just happens because DOS recognizes, hey, nobody's showing on the map. I shouldn't show either. But then he just saw that juicy range creep and was like, nah, I have to Lucent Beam this.
He could have managed for that too.
Yeah, he gets gone on. It was a nice sort of pseudo save with Echo Stomp, but then instead of running south, he ran north into the Clinks and just died. And then Mars didn't have TP. His courier is dead. He still doesn't have TP, so he couldn't be there. So then you're just fighting a 4v5, and then your Luna dies, and then it's a 5v3. There's no longer a good engagement.
Unfortunately, it seems like No Teddy knew that, hey, he was just here at the tri-camp. He couldn't have gone too far. Let's run forward. And when even if the Lucent Beam didn't happen, they probably would have still used the Dark Ascension and tried to find him in the trees here. So, DOS probably dies anyways, but using the Lucent Beam certainly expedites that process.
Yeah. However, there are now 2 BKBs picked up on the side of the Dire, so Radiant are going to be on the back foot for a little bit here, waiting for their BKBs to be picked up on Mars and Luna.
Yeah, we mentioned during the draft the importance to have the BKBs on Kobe's Luna and KU's Clinks this game, and lo and behold, minute 20, both of them have their BKBs. It's Travel's BKB on the Luna. It is Falcon Blade and Nostrum BKB on the Clinks, and both of them are now ready to fight. And you mentioned the Mars and the Luna BKBs. Mars close, Luna somewhat close. Meanwhile, KU is initiating how many BKBs in time and TPs. You see the importance now of that BKB TP. What could have been a massive kill for Team NPC. Absolutely undone by Black King Bar.
Yeah. So either Radiant wants to go late.
No.
What?
Kobe with the illusion baits Fury into using the Arena in the Spear on the illusion. That'll be on cooldown for over a minute.
Oof. But I mean, so is Clinks' BKB, so they're not gonna fight anyways. Not the end of the world. However, either Radiant wants to go late, or Salty just saw the crit build and said, I'm gonna copy that, because he is going for an Aghanim Scepter.
Well, Shrek is the target mid lane once again. The items on our Titans is very cool. 1117 has Ascended, though, looking for Aurora. The silence is there. The Scepter appears to be in severe danger. He will now go down. Now, in comes Epi Emperor looking for Keita. Meanwhile, DOS in a fight against 3. The wall is there. Luna is there. Down goes DOS. Keita now goes down, but it's currently a 3v4. Shrek goes down. It's now a 2v4. Actually, correction, Fury's not even there. It's a 1v4. Salty's being chased now to his tier 3 tower middle lane. 1117, Kobe, they're both hitting. In blinks Malphite. Fury, though, has a spear, bringing 1117 back into the tier 4 towers. Deadsucker now dead. Burning Barrage does not kill Salty. Now Radiant are the ones who pursue. Arena, though, is still on cooldown for 15 seconds. Dire are in the area. They want to do a wild and crazy play. Fury is not giving it to them, but still. Is a good play there for the side of No Teddy. Once again, winning the team fight.
Unfortunately for DOS, he literally got his BKB when he had about 300 health left on the courier. And then Mars was running back to base to pick up his BKB. And he also didn't have a TP, but he has finally bought 2 TPs. Mars has a TP scroll. We may see the team fights change.
You know, Artorius, you know what they say? Say Dota is a game of inches. And this, if DOS had
a game of half the way across the map.
If DOS had the BKB, if he got one more last in the lane, the BKB may have been there in time, you see. That's why Dota is a game of inches, my man.
This game is a game of halfway across the map of where Mars is.
That's a different issue. I guess he's inches away in his mini-map at this point, actually.
True.
But
especially if it's on the right, Smile.
No comment. We are looking at a Roshan fight, though. Radiant commit in. No Teddy are nearby. Radiant have the odds on the high ground, but Dire are aware of that odds. And now D-word, but Radiant are still in the Roshan pit. DOS continues to say, even commit the BKB to grabbing the Roshan. Perhaps premature. Vacuum wall is there. It'll be there on the 3. BKB's now there from Fury. Dire look to engage. Roshan goes down. Aegis to DOS. Arena is committed. The Burrow is there onto Malefic. Epi as well. Malefic will go down. So in the very end, Radiant commit everything. Lose nothing but BKBs. Grab the Aegis and a kill.
I think DOS had the right idea with that BKB if he pressed it about 10 seconds later. He kind of just like used it, and then like Malefic walked up like 7 seconds later and used back wall, and then he just got bashed by Roche, and then it was like 5 seconds until Roche died after that, and his BKB had just expired. The Dire actually went in, DOS probably would have just died before Roche died.
It did mean that he wasn't caught in the vacuum, but the wall was still there, so it didn't matter he was in the vacuum or not. They're seeing bottom lane. They're going for KU, but KU's just a little bit too ahead of the curve. He is not dead again. They want him so badly. They had the sentry on the ground. They used the dust. They knew he was there, but KU just a level above, and now it's a 4-man smoke from the side of No Teddy. They're rendezvousing with KU, going from their own track camp towards the Radiant side jungle. They head south. Looking at their vision, what do they see? Very little, but I believe they saw Shrek mid recently. They're currently wrapping around. The gank will come from the left, headed towards the bottom lane area. They run into Aurora. BKBs are popped. Ascension is there. DOS, BKBs as well. In comes the Eclipse. Malefic, low. Salty, the target. Salty, goes down. Malefic, still alive. KU, juking. Malefic, dead. Aurora, dead. More BKBs. Arena, committed. KU, fights Fury. Fury TPs. Aegis, pop. It is a disaster. All ready for the side of NPC. Shrek now is engaged but has no epi still. Kobe, low, DOS trying to hit desperately, but he's in a 1v4 practically. KU, low, DOS needs a kill. Lucent Beam, finishing it. DOS, man fights, Burrow, there onto Kobe, man fights, 11-17, now dead. DOS, low, DOS, now down. Epi, there, League of Legends, dead. Shrek, dead. My lord, everybody is dead, but the IO, the lone survivor of the team fights, on top of the Mars who BKB TP'd in the melee. My lord, what a fantastic 4-for-4.
No Teddy is just taking these great fights where they're fighting around the cooldowns. While not very long cooldowns, there's still cooldowns on the Radiant. There was no Mars ulti at the start of that fight. Sand King had no epicenter at the start of the fight. Sand King wasn't even there at the start of the fight. He was up near the top of the Radiant jungle, and he'd already used Burrow Strike to farm a camp. By the time he got there, he had to wait a little bit before he could even Burrow Strike. So the Dire are just getting these fights where they have that little bit of time to get these spells off. And like even DOS, he ultis there, but he BKBs, so he's able to man fight. But the problem is he's man fighting a solo Darkseer because he's in the trees, so he doesn't have vision of anybody else. And then Malefic manages to fog DOS by walking around the trees, and half of Eclipse is just wasted on nothing. However, there is now a Heaven's Halberd picked up on Sand King, so with these BKBs wearing down on the Dire, the Lina and the Clinks are going to have a little bit rougher of a time.
Yeah, we're seeing KU's already used his BKB twice. Kobe on the Lina has used it once. Eventually it could be. Now we're seeing a Blink Arena there onto KU. KU connected BKB off in time. In comes Stop from Salty. KU now BKBs. He's already half HP. In comes DOS. Clips is there onto Keita. Keita low. Keita dead. KU to the target. Now Fury BKBs. In comes Malefic. The wall is there onto DOS. Laguna is there onto Shrek, but Shrek is still alive. The KU still being gone. He was glimpsed back now. Malefic dead. KU dead. A 3 for 0. Shrek may go down. DOS got to 11-17. So far, 2 for 3. 11-17 engages. Looking for Salty. Radiant have the numerical advantage, but they're running out of cores. 11-17. BKBs brings down Salty. 3 for 3 now, and Aurora TP's away, will get away. But what could have been a brilliant fight for the side of NPC was undone by Luna Illusions. I mean, it's one of those things where I wasn't really watching it on the screen, but as the main melee happened right here, we had a bit of fight happening between 11-17 and DOS here, which 11-17 won partially because there were 2 Luna Illusions. There was one from the normal punch of Darkseer and one from the wall, and the Luna Illusions just beat the shit out of her, you know?
Yeah, it dropped DOS to about a quarter HP, and a BKB Night Stalker with Echo Saber and alt isn't going to really let a Luna walk away with 190 bonus damage.
Oh, no siree, that's certainly not happening. I mean, certainly a rough time there for DOS, but these have been very, very chaotic fights, and these have not been really, traditional set-piece battle 5-on-5. It's been really sort of these isolated, like, 2v3s versus 1v2s, and illusions are going wild. It's fun. It's certainly fun, but...
I mean, it's exactly what the Dire want, right? Like, you have Arena, you have Earthsplitter Echo Stomp, you have Static Storm Kinetic Field, you have Sand King. Like, you want a 5v5 straight up team fight, and the Dire aren't playing into that. Like, DOS gets a really good pick on the IO, trying to come in and help his Clinks. But then DOS goes south, and the rest of his team goes north, and they just get split. Like, if they stand together in that fight, DOS doesn't die, and sure, you might not get a kill on Clinks or something, but your team wins that fight.
Execution from the side of Team NPC. They pop the smoke on DOS, pushing the wave. They initiate with Shrek looking for the burrow. The burrow was short. Meanwhile, top lane, they attempt the Echo Stomp there into 11-17, but he's a little bit too fast. So, a number of errors committed by Team NPC result in 0 kills.
I think he just needs to wait on that one. He has a Mars coming up with Blink Spear. Just don't throw out your stun that has a cast time of 1.7 seconds.
Well, here we go. The arena is there looking for 11-17. 11-17 is in the BKB, though, walks outside of the arena, so it will be an arena for BKB trade. 11-17, though, is actually now down to his 6-second BKB. These cores on Dire are running out of BKB duration. Which may be not really. I was going to say Radiant have longer BKBs, but not really anymore. It's a Luna 7-second, it's a Mars 6-second, so it's all short duration BKBs now.
Yeah, but if you look at where the majority of damage is coming out from the Dire, it's physical damage anyways, right? So the BKBs being lowered on both sides is more hurtful to this Dire team rather than the Radiant team. Like, there is still this Blink Darkseer, and there is still the AoE silence on Night Stalker. And
well, here we go. Shrek initiates, but he's canceled by silence. 11-17. Fury now begins looking for 11-17, but the spear is missed. Epi Burrow's there looking for KU. Keita heals him. BKB from KU. Backwall's there on 2, including DOS. Aurora dead. DOS eclipses, but his illusion is still alive. Salty low. Fury low. Malefic dead. Salty dead. DOS man fights, but he's losing the man fight to KU. DOS goes down. It's a disaster. Radiant retreat. Tail between their legs. Fury and Fury almost gets caught. Now 11-17 is looking for Shrek on the Sand King. He'll burrow, but the dust is there on Night Stalker. He should go down here. He should not have a way out. They even commit the relocate. LSA, Laguna, in comes the damage. Down goes Shrek. It is a 4-for-1, and No Teddy are beginning to really become a winning team right now in this game. They are in the winning position.
The Radiant are just getting kited. Like, their backline gets run at, and instead of just saying, hey, this Night Stalker has no BKB, and he's running at my Disruptor, I'm going to turn and kill him, they try and kill the 3,000 health Clinks with an IO attached to him. Like, that is not the correct target prioritization, and then now all of a sudden you get split up, and your Luna gets absolutely kited, because your Luna's fighting around the 2 supports, and your other 2 cores, like, your Mars is already disengaged, and your Sand King's trying to solo kill a 3k HP character instead of using Epicenter on like the Darkseer or something.
It's hard too, where it's like Radiant really struggle, ironically, to kill DOS's illusions. Like that is a lot of the main problem for DOS in these team fights. Like we're seeing DOS, he's fighting a hero or two plus his illusion, and you just cannot outman fight that. And they just don't have means to kill them. Like, it's just too much.
I think the Radiant just need to play around DOS and play around Fury. They're spreading out too much and they're getting kited, and their supports are like these big. Like, they have all these big teamfight ultis, and they haven't really caught them off. They haven't been able to use any of them in a combo together. They're just way too spread out. Circle abilities are only good if you stand together.
Well, bold move from the Radiant. They're in the Roshan pit once again. They've de-warded as well, so Dire are well aware of what's going on, but they're not close enough. Radiant have caught Dire splitting the map. It should be Roshan number 2 to the side of the Dire, though Dire have smoked. They want to end gate. Roshan 130 HP, 1170 is ascended. Malefic comes in. Oh no, he's canceled! Good stun from Shrek! Down goes Malefic! And now KU engages, but DOS has the Eclipse. KU is glimpsed away, and now Kobe's in the middle. He's in the man fight. Salty, dead. Kobe, so low. Epi, Burrow misses, but Kobe, so low. He's now healed by Keita. Fury, dead. Vacuum is there. On a Shrek. DOS is still man fighting with KU. KU wins man fight with DOS. Back to Shrek. He goes down. Aurora now runs away. He is brought down easily. Isolated fights once again. Dire, they outkite Team NPC. They win the fight very easily. Aegis, Shard, 2 KU, and now no Teddy. May have won the Dota game.
Yeah, the start of the fight, they were clumped up and it was looking good, and then they just, half the team walked up the high ground, the other half of the team were like, no, we're still fighting, and split up, and then your Clinks re-engages, and it's no longer a fight.
And it feels like no Teddy are out coordinating with the fights. Like, they're on the same page, and Team NPC clearly are not. And I guess that's part of the advantage of having, you know, a team where it's really the identity's been there together, where they have these 4 players playing together and the 5th guy plays pubs with them, versus Team NPC as a team put together for this exact purpose. And, well, one of them has better communications right now.
Yeah. I think we also see how this ET hero can be good and also sometimes isn't good. Like, it's 34 minutes and you've already lost a Rax, and you went this late game build with this Aghanim Scepter. But like you go to hit somebody because you can just punch somebody for 400 damage, but you die in 3 hits. Like, crit made it work, sure, but we aren't crit in this league.
That is true.
Unfortunately. You see a lot of these pro builds, like this Night Stalker build, right? He went the Echo Saber BKB, like the Ice build, but he got it so late that the Echo Saber didn't matter, and then he didn't disassemble it for his BKB.
Well, here we go. Radiant make a huge fight. They go for KU. Burrow's there on the Keita. Keita may go down. Green is there from Fury. Now goes Keita. Wall's there, though, giving illusions for the side of the Dire. Now Fury goes down. Malefic dead. Kobe's in man, but he's in a 1v3. KU is returned from the Aegis. Kobe dead. Burrow's there on to KU. Meanwhile, it's a 1v1 between Aurora and 1117. Salty dead, but KU finally goes down. Meanwhile, 1117 made the huge dive onto Aurora at the fountain, but Aurora's fought back. Now it's once again the 1v1 between Disruptor and Night Stalker. Night Stalker is trying to juke. Glimpses back into the tier 4 tower, into the Burrow of Shrek. It's a full 5-man wipe in favor of the side of Team NPC. They lose the mid barracks. They lose a buyback, but they have defended.
You know what happened there, Badger?
A lot of things happened. Which one are you bringing up?
I'm bringing up the fact that the fight didn't leave 1 screen's worth of area. They were all together on the Radiant.
Disruptor and Night Stalker, they were the only ones off the screen. It was 8 heroes in the screen, yeah.
I mean, the Disruptor threw down all his spells and then left the screen, sure.
17 chased them off the screen.
Yeah, that's fine. Like, you started out the fight all together, like, you have Fury go in, and you have Shrek go in. Shrek, excellent target prioritization, takes out the IO. Fury completely splits up the fight. Sure, Fury dies, but now DOS just has free reign to hit whoever he wants.
That's exactly what they need. I mean, they need DOS, their carry with their net worth, to do Dota 2 things, like hit things.
Yeah, like DOS got hit like 5 times that fight, and it was when Klinks was just sitting there solo, like, I'm dead, and just decides to man fight.
We're still going! No, high ground damage! Dawes!
I don't think he wants to stay with a Darkseer able to potentially keep him on the high ground.
Man, play to win, baby. Play to win.
He is playing to win by not throwing my running up the high ground.
So, deal? I guess you're right, actually. We're seeing some big items come out, though, for both teams, including neutral items. It is tier 4 neutral item time, so really some big items coming out soon. Speaking of big items, it's Satanic on the Loon. We've seen DOS has had a lot of issues with sustaining in these fights, and well, if you want an item to sustain, Satanic is probably that. Compared to KU, he's also close to Satanic, so will be some Satanic on Satanic action in the near future.
I think this team really needs an AC. They have a Shiva's Guard on the Sand King, which I think is the correct play, but they need like an AC on this Mars or this Elder Titan. They just need armor. Everybody on the other team is picking up Datalists or some sort of crit, like with Silver's Edge. And there's just no AC. Although on the flip side, they're building 2 ACs, so I don't know.
So
Is
combined,
2 ACs better than 0?
I mean, I guess combined, the two teams have the correct number of ACs. Since one team's gonna have 2, one's gonna have 0. Who's buying the other AC on Dire? Kobe.
Yeah, nice soccer and Lena.
I'm sure Kobe will go for another item. He'll sell him 17. Because he already has the plate mail on Nice Soccer.
Yeah, but he can turn that into Shivas. That's pretty good against Satanic.
That's true.
He could also turn it into a Lotus Orb, but it's not a bad Lotus skin.
Maybe they both want the AC, and it's like, alright, someone's buying AC. Meanwhile, Raiden's like, oh, what's an AC? We're not buying that.
I'll get AC for Klinks and I on Lena, and then you buy AC for yourself and...
Yourself.
Darkseer? Darkseer can punch faster so he can get his shard off.
Jesus.
Yeah.
We are seeing a 3-man smoke though from the side of No Teddy. They have moved into the Radiant side jungle. They're occupying the area. They're looking to siege bot tier 2 tower, and of course grab some real estate on this area of the map.
I didn't think about this, Badger.
Yep.
Have you noticed Sand King's level?
25. Oh, it's 25! For those who are unaware, Sand King is a very good level 25 talent. It is 40% Sandstorm, Slow, and Blind. One can argue it is the single best talent in Dota. It is very powerful, especially with the BKB is getting low on, I mean, not getting low. It's 6 seconds on Klinks. It's 6 seconds on Lena. It's 6 seconds on Ice Lock. With these BKBs being low, that Sandstorm has a lot of value. Meanwhile, looking for Shrek in the top lane. They have normal punch. They have found him now. 11-17 has ascended. Shrek is alone, and Shrek has no escape. He'll Yules, but he needs a miracle to escape on this one. He's silenced once again. In comes Laguna. In comes vacuum. Down goes Shrek. Shrek has no buyback.
He does.
Correction, he just got buyback.
Very close. DOS almost gets found in the mid lane. I think if Io brought Lena back, that could have been dangerous.
This could be a huge fight mid lane. Fury has 2 ultis in Arcane Room. They go for Keita. The spear is there. Meanwhile, DOS and KU, they man fight. Keita, dead. KU now actually runs away from DOS into his teammate Malefic. Vacuum, though, misses onto DOS. Now the glimpse is there onto KU. They fight onto Aurora. Aurora is at the arena. Is there onto KU now. Now in comes Static Storm. KU is isolated. He's stunned. Earth Splitter. KU dead. And now Radiant go for more. They head for Kobe. The dust is there. Lena has no BKB. The LSA is there. Onto Lump. In comes the spear. Canceling the TP. Down goes Kobe. And with DOS still alive, this could be a massive high ground siege for Team NPC.
Okay, so you know how I said they needed AC? Apparently they needed Refresher Orb.
Apparently they did.
He is now going for AC, however, and they are also picking up a Solar Crest on Elder Titan. So they have the right idea of, we need armor. But this that Refresher Orb came in clutch. You just pick off the IO, and then they're like, oh, we can turn this fight, there's no arena, and then he just pops Refresher Orb and obliterates Klinks. Just sets up for this Earth Splitter. Like, the moment this Radiant team started chaining together their big team fight ultis, it just turned this game around.
This could be huge. They threatened the throne, temporarily forcing 2 buybacks, but KU has no buyback. The Ascension is there. Dire looks to go in, but the Epi, the Burrow are there. They find Keita. The spear it brings over to the wall, though. 17 engages Keita low. He's being targeted. Meanwhile, Doss is fighting the racks. Malefic had the wall there. Back to Shrek. He's being gone on by 3. He might just be dead here. Shrek will go down. It will be a dieback. It's exchange for a set of racks. Now Salty TP's away. It is now canceled. He's dead. Dire pursue. The retreat. It's a disaster. It's Napoleon retreating from Russia. Aurora. His TP is canceled. Doss man fights into 4. He's Satanics, but he cannot win that fight. He will go down. Now Aurora. The lone man still retreating. Tries to run. He goes down. It's a triple kill for Kobe. What a disastrous retreat for the side of Team NPC.
That probably works if they don't Burrow Strike and Spear at the exact same time. Because it pushed him over the wall. And that just kind of feels bad. But then on top of that, you got that retreat, and now Sand King's on dieback. So there's 80 seconds where your best high ground defense is dead. You have Aurora, who has buyback in 40 seconds, but he doesn't have enough money. So he's going to be out for the full 60 seconds. You have buyback on Mars, and you did buyback on Luna, but you don't have buyback on ET, but he is up in 15 seconds, so it's going to be a 5v3 if they want to try and hold these racks.
Fundamentally, they have 4 lives to play with, and they may lose 1 mid lane now. Doss is being gone. The wall, the arena is there, trying to retreat, but Dire, go forward. Malefic refreshes, wants to go in again, has another vacuum, has another wall, but no, puts another Fury, but it's into another wall. Another arena is there. Fury's refreshed. The BKB is there as well. Malefic may go down. Malefic will go down. That's a dieback there on Malefic, I believe, and now Dire. Go for bot racks. Radiant don't have glyphed. And now it's a 3v4. KU is still there. He wants to go. He's on the buildings. Another Rex, dead. Range Rex, nothing behind them. Stomp is there. It stuns onto KU, but what can they do with follow-up? Radiant have no spells. Spear misses once again. Dire, retreat. They lose 1, but they grab more barracks. And we are at a very, very tenuous game state with everyone responding.
Yeah, Roche is up 2. This is huge for the Dire. If they get this Roche, it's pretty much GG.
Sivir and Radiant are nowhere near it, and KU just does so much damage. Radiance, they're running towards the Roshan pit, but it's just too late. The Ascension is there. They have the vision. KU grabs Aegis, and now Dire, engage. 11-17 looks for Salty with his BKB. Shrek wants the Epi and the Burrow. Who can he find? The answer is 11-17. 11-17 is still alive, actually, will now go down. In comes Doss with the Eclipse, looking for KU, who BKBs. The arena is there, it's on to 2. Keita is dead. KU is fighting, has 2 lives, but then the Burrow's there onto Kobe. KU low and Kobe is stunned. Kobe is BKB'd. KU loses Aegis, but Dire are losing numbers. Shrek may go down, but can Dire fight? Status Storm's there, on to KU, Aurora dead, but KU isolated, solo, Spear, it's back, KU retreating, can he die? Yes he will! Huge kill for NPC! And now it's Kobe on the run, but they cannot catch him! Both teams lose so much, in the game state, it just continues.
I feel like Dire just needed to back off that. Like, you want this this Radiant team to have to initiate on your Aegis hero on the high ground and waste like big team ultis to kill them, and then you can counter initiate. But they kind of just chased, ran out of their BKB times, and Radiant did the right thing and just turned it around. Luckily for the Dire, the Clinks does have buyback, so the Radiant aren't able to get anything out of it, as well as long death times. But that's scary. Like, you have Aegis and you lose a fight out in the open like that, you need to be careful, because this Refresher Mars is just destroying these fights.
Speaking of the Mars, he had the AC in quick buy. He no longer does. Look at the item. It's a Daedalus.
It's pretty Chad.
Chad, yes. Smart? Not quite sure. But Chad, yes.
I mean, with the amount of damage he's been doing in these fights, like, you add a Daedalus on top of that, that might be enough to just like bring down one of these cores rather than just blowing up an IO. or a Darkseer, you might end up start blowing up this Lina, and then the Dire are going to have some severe problems if that starts happening. I know it sounds weird, but I wouldn't mind seeing DOS, instead of pick up this Rapier, picking up a Agility Blink, because he's getting kited.
Yeah.
Still. So, like, he has the Shard now, which kind of helps prevent being kited a little bit, because you can still hit people without right-clicking them. But he's being kited. They have a Flicker, actually. They have a Flicker and Ninja Gear. I know how good Paladin Sword is, but you're getting kited if you can't hit anybody. 20 damage and 16% life steal isn't going to do anything.
Well, here we go. Creeps enter the Radiant base, and now the fight continues. The arena is there. Storm is there onto Malefic. Malefic goes down. Meanwhile, Stun is there onto 1117. Now BKB's looking for Shrek. Kobe is stunned. Doss, BKB's tries to fight. Now KU looks for the back lines. Aurora has Ghost Scepter, and Dire look for more. They're still as 5. They're still grouped. Shivas is popped. Dire pursue. Aurora low. Aurora dead. Now Epi. It's cancelled though by the stuns. Now Wall comes in. That comes there. Onto 3. It's refresh. Earthsplitter comes in. 1117 dead. Arena. It's back. Shrek low. Doss low. Malefic low. Disruptor buys back. Kobe goes down. No buyback. Keita stays at KU. They kill Salty. And now it's a 3v3. Dire pursue. Radiant move to a high ground. They want a better angle on the team fight. They're running out of spells, but they still have 3. And Dire now retreat. Radiant TP away, but can they successfully retreat? Doss barely gets away, and now Aurora with the Force Staff has no TP. However, this could be a disaster for Aurora. Does he have buyback? Certainly he does not. It's on cooldown for 7 minutes and 30 seconds. He'll glimpse away Malefic, but he's used up in the air once again by the Darkseer. It will be a death once again on Aurora, his 13th of the game. And somehow, someway, neither team can break the stalemate. This tension, it just keeps growing.
Yeah, Mars pops ulti, and Disruptor pops ulti, they kill off this Darkseer. The fight's looking good for the Radiant. Darkseer buys back, all of a sudden the Radiant are like, oh shit. They start retreating, they get the Disruptor kill, but it costs them their Night Stalker. And then with the Refresher Mars ulti, they lose their Lina as well. They just barely bring down Shrek with that buyback. Oh, that was an awkward
deeper
flicker.
Into the base, but now with Fury is backing back. He goes down, but he does have buyback. But the Rax, they cannot buy back. Tower dead. Another Rax low. Doss engages, but Dire got the melees. The Burrow is there. Onto Keita, but he's using near Malefic. Arena in the wall, are both these Burning Barrage is there. Keita still alive. Doss low. Shrek low. Eclipse is there. Keita should go down, but Doss is so low. The cheese from Keita. Oh god, Shrek is low. Doss, Mantas, Keita now dead. Epi is there as well. Burrow to Malefic. Malefic low. Malefic dead. And now KU is on the run. He's mostly alone, but there's no pursuit. My lord. They get the Miller Axe. They force out buybacks, but they still have not secured the Megas.
Costed the Radiant 2 buybacks, however. And on both their cores.
This is intense. This is
The Radiant just weren't ready for the Dire to just walk up the high ground without their Lina like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things too where, I mean, the Spear unfortunately didn't match either, so what could have been a rough play turned into an even rougher play, and you hoped for the Agi Blink, you will not get it. You instead get the Divine Rapier. Dossy Bossy with the big Rapier, and this could turn interesting.
It looks like it's an all-in play. They're running down mid.
And they're letting top lane siege in, so inevitably, not long from now,
I was trying to take the Rax.
This will be Megas if they can get through backdoor, and they will get. So Radiant, they are all in. There is no retreat. Radiant, go for throne. Can they get it? It's a 5v4 in their favor. They have the Rapier. T4's low. In comes Salty, looking to stomp. Dire, they glyph. It delays. 1117 is in the Radiant base. In comes the Arena. BKB's, both teams. KU, low. Burrow, KU, dead! KU buys back. Stagstorm's there. Onto Kobe. Now, Refresher is there. The Arena is on the Keita. Keita low. Keita dead. Aurora dead. Eclipse there. The throne. It's focused. The throne goes down. Team NPC. They pull the rabbit out of the hat. Some magician shit. And they win game number 1 in 51 minutes.
What the fuck? I guess you just by rapier hit building, Smile. Just Mars ulti twice. What are they gonna do? Hit you?
Apparently not.
I think if Klinks gets his BKB off on that spear, I don't even think it matters. I don't think it mattered. I think they just had too much damage. DOS wasn't dying. They were just gonna take the base.
Wow.
Rapier was the correct play, I guess, if you're doing that.
I guess maybe they could have left the Clinks in the Radiant base to go for throw and force TPs back, but that's a hindsight play. At the time, it felt good.
I don't think you would have got it in time.
Probably not. Probably not. But it's wow.
They did have the glyph, and the Radiant didn't. But I don't think it matters.
That is a wild end to a wild Dota game, and NPC back against the wall. Their season on the line. They show up at the 11th hour and win a must-win game. Down megas. Wow. Holy shit. That was fun.
Yeah. That was actually really surprising. Because I thought No Proper Carry was pretty much down and out after the start of their season. But they bring it back and defeat arguably the top two in their group. Top two, top three. I don't know what the standings are.
They were 10-4, number 2 in their group going into that game.
Yeah. I'd probably say top 2 then, because their 1-2-0 loss, I think they were missing a player or two.
Man, that is just... Look at the win probability chart. They're giving Tyre a 75% chance to win as their throne dies. Wow.
But Badger, you think just because it's a bigger percent means it's more likely, right?
I mean, I know how percentages work,
but you're American. You want to know why McDonald's third pounder failed in the States?
You're mixing up the A&W third pounder with the McDonald's quarter pounder, but I know NA maths, they thought that 1/3 was less than 1/4. Go fuck yourself, you bag motherfucker, but... Wow, that Dota game.
DOS with the rat-tat-tat-tat. I love how every single time I questioned an item that game, just came to bite me in the ass. I was the Kyle of that game.
Listen, if you end up like Kyle, I'm sure you can be content with your Dota career. You're currently, I wouldn't even call you the dollar store version of Kyle. You're more like the nickel store version of Kyle.
Yes, because I listened to Nickelback.
Feels incredibly bad, man.
Dude, what do you mean? Canadian band, one of the top grossing artists of all time.
You could have chosen, like, I don't know, like Rush or Celine Dion or fucking Drake or something. No, you chose Nickelback.
What's wrong with Nickelback? I mean, I listened to more Five Finger Death Punch and Sabaton than Nickelback, but...
Don't ask me a question. That's rhetorical. Oh, my lord. You're too young. You fucking Zoomers, man.
What?
Go. Oh, okay.
Ah?
I'm just...
What?
I'm mad.
Huh?
No, don't say words to me, Artorius. Don't say words to me. That is not words, you're right. Those are just an amalgamation of random ass sounds. I'll give you that one.
Yep. Cock.
So we're waiting on NPC to select a choice of pick and side for game 2. They can grab the Radiance, or the Dire, or the first pick, or probably second pick. They're probably going to pick second pick. But you never know.
You know what they could do, Badger?
What could they do?
They could pick Radiant like my captain, like an idiot. Actually, both my captains did that, because I stood in for Bulljacks, and he did the same thing.
You've answered your question in a matter of if you're questioning like. Do it. Well, why don't they do it like my idiot captain? The keywords there is my idiot captain, aka Snow, aka a man who routinely makes bad decisions.
Yeah, but Bulljacks did the same thing last night.
Yes, Mr. fucking forklift driver makes great decisions, yes. There's definitely not a massive amount of workplace accidents at Bulljack's workplace thanks to Bulljacks.
Yikes.
I don't know why I'm sorry, Bulljacks. I'm sorry, Bulljacks. That's too personal. I apologize to Bulljacks. That one's too far.
Bulljacks be pinging Badger like, why is Snow chirping me? And then tonight he'd be pinging Badger like, why are you chirping me?
Yeah, I
made a good boomer meme.
Dear Lord, it's funny. It's funny. It's a funny meme. It's SpongeBob. SpongeBob's is good meme.
Yes. I mean, he started it off with the. We'll take second pick.
Oh, daring today, aren't we?
Yeah.
I'm like trying to recover from the last game right now.
Right, Badger. I'm gonna pull a Badger and go get something to drink. Good luck.
I'll be here. Man, that game one was so fun. People ask me, "Hey Badger, why do you just cast Dota? Why don't you play Dota?" See, when you play Dota, when do you get a rush like that? Casting a game like that is why I do this. This was such a fun affair. I just love.
But Badger, what if you're on the team that makes that comeback?
Greater than sign implying, but it's one of those things where okay, we're going now, but double. Okay. But it's casting just so much. It's so much fun. I love casting. Just a big fan of casting. I am such a fan. This is why games like that are why I do this. It's such a rush.
Greater than sign casting.
Fuck you.
Greater than sign job.
Fuck you too. I know where you live, bitch. Alright, I better adjust these records.
Bro, I'm home alone.
Oh yeah, you are. I mean, I can. I told you where to go in order to tank some 50 cal bullets. So I'll have to build that
Thursday?
I did.
Was it Thursday?
I did. I can move it up to tomorrow if you want.
I mean, do you want me on the left side of the bridge or the right side of the bridge?
Right side for sure. Right side.
Okay, yeah, it is more open. I'll stand under the American flag.
Yeah, I suppose so. Might as well.
Just joking. I'm gonna put some random person there, and I'll stand under.
I'll find you. I know you.
Like that, you won't know which one I'm doing. And by saying that the poison cup is on the right, then maybe you're implying that it's on the left.
I know what you look like. I know exactly what you look like.
I know what you look like.
Yeah.
It's on your Twitch stream.
It is. It's my profile picture on Twitch. I don't even put it in the chat right now. They'll understand they'll understand what it means in 2 minutes when they hear this on the stream.
Yeah.
Alright, so we have some heroes that were banned out game 1 that now gracing our presence in game number 2. We have Monkey King, we have Weaver, two of the absolute staples of the meta. They both have arrived. No Teddy have first picked the Monkey King. NPC have first picked as a 6th pick the Weaver, and they will ensure there will be no back-to-back Night Stalker games. For 2 games in a row, there's a 7-pick Night Stalker. Are you back?
Yeah.
Now I'll be the one that will be back soon.
Alright. So that is 100% an 11-17 Sand King. I'm assuming this Monkey King is a flex in between Malefic and KU. Shit. It might actually even be a mid Monkey King. Haven't seen that in a while though, I think.
Whoops.
The Sand King Monkey King lane is a bit interesting Because Monkey King wants to hit level 3 before he plays aggressively. And when Sand King hits level 3, he wants to start maxing Sandstorm and farming. So you can take the points in Burrow Strike, but it's really risky if you don't get any kills. So if this is a Weaver carry, it would actually be very good versus the Sand King because of the Shard. I'm going to talk about Weaver Shard before Badger gets back and rips all of your ears off by just talking about it for the next hour and a half. He'll probably mention it some point in the cast. I've Kyle cursed it, he's never going to talk about it. I'm interested to see where this Night Stalker goes, because typically you see it flexed, but I think Shrek is the only one that really plays this Night Stalker. I think DOS might have been one of the carries that's dabbled with it as carry Night Stalker, but I don't think it's really his type of hero or one he enjoys.
10 seconds remaining.
Teddy banning out AA
5 seconds remaining.
and the Elder Titan from last game. Elder Titan started to show how strong he was with his Earth Splitters at the end of the game off the back of the big teamfight ultis.
Team ban.
But I'm not sure him smacking people ever really came into effect, unfortunately, because that is fun to watch. Then on the flip side, the ban 2 more spirits. Fury is a very good spirit player. Then they banned Quap. Quap's also, I think, one of Fury's specialties.
10 seconds remaining.
No proper carry. Ban out that Io. Don't want to deal with it again. They also ban out the Tiny, just a meta ban. They ban out the Lina. The Lina was pretty powerful last game. Unfortunately, was playing into a Mars. They ban out the Dusa, which I find interesting because they have a Weaver.
Team pick.
Yeah, I don't think I need to explain that one. Then no proper carry ban out the Disruptor, which I think is a protection against for the Weaver and the Night
10
Stalker.
seconds remaining.
You don't really want to play into Disruptor as those 2 heroes.
5 seconds.
As you saw, Night Stalker in the last game just consistently running at Disruptor during his BKB time, because the moment he does not have his BKB time, he does not have as much of a fun time. That is, if Disruptor's still alive by then.
Radiant team pick.
Mareska has arrived.
Dark Willow, I'm
Oh,
assuming
man,
that's
I did that.
Salty's hero. I forget if Aurora plays it or not. I think Shrek plays it, but Shrek's not playing 4. So I'm just going to assume that is a Salty hero. That's actually really good against Sand King. Sand King typically buys Purges, which isn't fun for Willow, but that ulti's ridiculous. You just shove Sand King out of the Sandstorm. If he doesn't have Yules up, then he can't dodge it. However, Dark Willow likes to escape from people by just pressing W and walking away, and you can't do that to 3 AoE spells, technically 4. And then there's more AoE. So they have 3 non-targetable stuns. It's just no longer looking like a fun Willow game. Are you back, Badger?
I'm back. I
Yeah.
had to adjust some stuff in my stream, and I'm back. I'm excited for some. We got some new heroes. Some heroes are back. Notably, Sand King. Let's talk about. We have a different look on the Dota game. You know, it's I'm excited to
Sand
see.
King's on the other team, Badger.
So is Night Stalker. They're both on different teams, but I'm excited to see what NPC pick to combo with their Dark Willow. I think the obvious option, once again, if they want to go for it, is Mars. I think the Mars worked out last game with the Dark Willow combination. It certainly can work well this game as well. If not that, then maybe a hero like Magnus could work. Or it's hard to tell sometimes.
The Mars is like okay against the Lesh, I think, and it's really good against the Monkey King, but it does like nothing to Sand King. Literally nothing.
I guess they grabbed it. I mean, one of the main functions was to counter that the Lina, I guess this game will count out the monkey, but the monkey's probably gonna be like a 4. So
Yeah,
it's not really-
like,
it's not really
if they
count
pick Mars, it's 100% being a 4, right? Because they still have that flexibility.
Speaking of flexibility, it is Legion Commander, a hero that the pros are picking, a hero that the lads are picking, a hero that even no Teddy are picking.
I think it's a 5.
It could be a 1, though, too. Like, I understand it probably should be a 5, or at least a 3. I believe no Teddy have exactly 1 game on Legion Commander. I'm looking it up right now. They have 1 game, exactly 1 on Legion Commander. The player, KU. So yeah, it could potentially be.
And it's good in any position because you're against a Willow. It's also pretty good against a Swarm Bug. So, a Badger. Something I pointed out, and I figured you're bound to point it out.
Okay.
Later, anyways. So I'm just going to point it out again now.
Okay.
Is Weaver Shard into Sand King?
You see, I am like literally like I'm like one of the big pioneers of just saying Weaver Shard owns. I think Weaver Shard is among the best shards in Dota. See, it does 3 things. It reduces the cooldown on Swarm, it gives you invis detection on Swarm, and it gives you a multi-hit attack, which allows you to do. The shard allows you to scale better, allows you to support better. It's a CDR. What more can you want? It's just so good. Man, it's so good.
Right, hear me out. There's a shard that is better.
I'm not saying it's the best, but it's among the best. Probably
Pud Shard.
Pud Shard's good, yeah. The Shrek Shard's very good. Legion Commander Shard might be the best in Dota.
5 seconds.
A lot of really good shards, actually. But Weaver's is definitely like a top 10% shard, I think.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it in the conversation a best shard, but like top 5 maybe. I'd say that's definitely a tenable number to put up.
Actually, Sand King Shard is the best shard in the game.
I mean, at least it's not the worst shard anymore. Because there was a while where Sand King had, other than Dawnbreaker, who at the time literally had no shard effect, Sand King had the worst shard in Dota for a while. So it's good to see they've improved it.
The shard should be, it gives you Nyx Burrow. You just burrow during Sandstorm. Take 40% less damage.
Please never speak to Ice Frog, dear God.
I mean, you wouldn't be able to use Burrow Strike.
Why not? You can use Impale while you're in Burrow. Use Vendetta while you're in Burrow.
Yeah, but you don't move.
Yeah, I'm just gonna need you to never speak to Ice Frog if you don't mind. Just never speak to Ice Frog.
You know you'd do it.
I know he would.
You'd make it like a Witch Doctor thing where it only lasts like 2.5 seconds.
I know he would. That's why I don't want to talk to him.
And you just start epicenter pulsing for those 2.5 seconds. Like every 0.5 seconds, you just get 5 pulses, right? So you just get 5 pulses across your thing,
I hate
across
you.
the burrow. It'd be fantastic.
I hate you so much.
That hero would get picked every game. Or
It's
banned.
already being picked every game.
That's because people don't know how to play offline, so they use the crutch like Sand King.
I mean, okay, let's look at some stats here.
I'm not chirping anybody in particular.
Cough, cough, snow. Okay, so let's look up some stats. So Sand King is the 4th most picked hero in lads this season. Sort of TI. I want to say it's like top 10 at TI. I'm looking that up real fast.
That was a snap Zeus pick.
That's a very fast Zeus pick. My God.
Hey Badger, fun fact.
Yeah.
My most played hero is Sand King.
Okay, Sand King actually is less picked than I thought it was. It has 17 picks and 13 bans, which is obviously, not bad, but it's about a 20% pick ban rate. Honestly, thought it'd be higher than that. Considering I've seen a lot of Sand King this season. But...
Most teams just don't play around a Sand King, though, right?
I guess that's true, yeah.
Like, most teams either go for, like, team fight, or they go for, like, some pick-off with, like, a really tanky dude. They don't really know how to, like, pseudo it. Right, where you have, like, this offlaner that isn't that tanky, but outputs a lot of damage and crowd control. Because, like, you want somebody else to frontline. And this game, they kind of have that with, like, the Leshrac and the Legion Commander a little bit. Like, typically you don't want to pick a melee 4 with Sand King that's tanky, because then you don't do anything in lane, but that's kind of what Sand King needs.
I like this no Tay draft. Do you wanna know why?
What?
They have KU Terabyte. And they have Kobe Leshrac.
Yeah.
That legit might be KU's best hero and Kobe's best hero.
Yeah, the only issue I see is Zeus. However, Zeus is going to have to play a little bit scared this game because you're obviously going to get vision from Monkey King, and you have jump from Sand King. And I'm assuming at some point this Legion Commander, although it's 5, is probably going to pick up a Blink Dagger.
Yeah,
You might even see Blinks on the other 2 heroes.
I mean, Blink Dagger, very cool item. Is Blink Dagger just... I think it might just be the most fun item in Dota. This is the most fun item in Dota, right?
Yeah, especially now that you can get 3 different variants of it.
See, back in my day, Blink Dagger cost mana to use.
Back in your day, Blink Dagger cooldown was like 10 seconds.
12 seconds.
Yeah.
But if you go back far enough, you used to be able to use Blink after
Even
taking
with
damage. Yeah, that was a long... That was before my day.
No, just
Okay, if we're looking at what's going on here, welcome back, or greetings if you're just joining us. This is game number 2 of a 2-game series between Team NPC, who made a shocking upset in a back-and-forth game 1 in the Dire, versus No Teddy, defending last champions in the Radiant, who are looking to turn the series into a 1-1. My name, well, it's Badger. I'm joined by the man in the stream title, Artorius, and hopefully we are in for a real exciting Dota game. And in the Radiant jungle, the fun already begins. Salty is running the heroes as is check. They see Keita. The Void is there. They're running a Legion Commander. Now in comes the Weaver of Aurora. Keita is taking a lot of damage. They need a bit more to get the first blood. Can they secure it? They're certainly trying. Keita is juking. And he will get away, so Dire certainly win the trade quite easily, but they do not bring down Keita. No first blood yet.
They don't have to expend much though, so it's not too bad for them.
They go for Keita again. The vision advantage. Night Stalker at night with the vision advantage. Look at me, look at Dire Vision. They see so much. Look at Radiant Vision, they see so little. The Night Stalker at night advantage. First blood, drawn by Aurora. Predicate on Shark to Green Knight being a Night Stalker at night. Well played.
It's actually huge for Weaver. He is now only 1 component away from an urn. And he's in a lane that could very well get some kills.
It's one of those things, so because he, like, I know the South American players love to get early Vessel on Weaver. I think it's a very, very good choice. And, how do you say, it's like an 8-minute Vesselus game on Aurora, which is probably a little bit too early, so given he's playing 5, it would be a really, really big deal this game. I think like a minute 12 Vessel for Aurora seems pretty realistic, though, to be honest.
Oh no, they're gonna deboard the sentry.
Well, the Dire
Pause for the
Sentry
rated.
is dead. Very good for 11-17, though he does not have Sandstorm quite yet. Over to mid lane, surprisingly, Kobe does not have a stick. Thought he would go stick into Zeus. He's prioritizing getting the early bottle over the stick, which makes sense. A lot of the pro players are really prioritizing that minute 2 bottle or earlier, but the pros also aren't picking Zeus. Meanwhile, bot lane, Brelmaze is there on to KU. Keita is quite low. They're flying over to top lane now. Promise Spring is there looking for DOS. Malefic is hitting, but the damage is still lacking. Now Aurora's the one who's trading, but already have the detection. Big detection lane here with both Weaver and the Sand King having him. Over to bottom lane again. Nah, Keita's fine.
Definitely does not seem like he's having fun with all this right-click harass from the Willow, though.
Of course not.
Although, one thing that is noted about Legion is the reason why she's spamming, like, most you see Legions spamming press the attack, like, leveling it wise, is it never actually increases in mana cost, whereas Overwhelming Odds does. So as long as you don't need to, like, Oh wait, Sand King.
He's in a lot of danger top lane. It's being run up by Aurora. Aurora has Shukuchi on cooldown, however. Over to bottom lane, Kate takes a lot of damage. Elmas is there. Now KU turns Reflection. Over to top lane again. Malefic is still being gone back to bottom lane again. Salty does not get the Shadow Realm there onto Keita. Keita pops this out. Over to top lane again. Malefic looks for Aurora. Then now man fights. But nobody should be dead for now. I mean, it's a lack of mana on Malefic for that boundless strike, so there should be no kills anywhere for now. Keyword, of course, is for now. Maybe it's bot lane right now. It's fine. They're fine bottom lane. I got hyped up temporarily. It might be a kill, but Shashi Shrek is fighting. Brimlaze is there. KU goes in with the meta. Goes to Salty now. Salty and Shrek are still barely alive. A lot of crazy man fighting going on in the bottom lane, but nobody is quite dead. KU cancels this out of Shrek, but it's a little bit too late to destroy out the regen from happening. This does mean, though, that KU will be out of the meta quite soon. He will actually lose his courier and small the Salty after getting his items. Salty takes some hits there from KU for it, but I'm sure he's fine with that one. Speaking of couriers dying, top lane, the courier of Malefic on the Monkey King is also dead. And Aurora is just an absolute pest in this lane. That's 11-17. Blood Ray is there from DOS. 11-17 might just go down here. Down goes Sand King. Good kill there for the side of NPC. Out the 2-0 in kill score.
Yeah, he's gone for this Burrow Strike build, which is kind of what you want to go with Monkey King, because you can go for kills. The only problem is Weaver's relatively elusive. Like, you have to blow him up like 100-0 or he's just going to Sakuchi away. And he's the support, so he's always going to have regen because he needs it for his carry, although his carry is Bloodseeker. But then that's the other thing, is the carry is Bloodseeker. You're not going to harass him to the point where you can kill him as a Sand King, Monkey King. So I think this lane just needed to devolve into a pretty much a farming lane. And like, it's not even like the Monkey King can rotate anywhere too successfully. Like, you might be able to rotate mid with like a smoke or something and get a bounce off on the Zeus. And bottom lane, it's pretty hard to like get a kill because you have a Terrorblade and a Legion Commander. There's no lockdown, so it almost just like pull and contest pulls and let your Sand King farm.
This is actually part of the problem there for the side of No Teddy is there's this incredibly gankable mid laner in Zeus, but your heroes can't really gank him. You know, it's Legion, MK. I guess MK is the hero who has to gank, but it's not the greatest ganker in the world, you know.
Yeah, it's a hero that likes to gank. It can output a decent amount of damage. It has a bit of lockdown, but it can't solo kill anyone unless you just completely outplay them and they misplay.
Maybe just get Kobe to hit the split earth there. That's easier said than done on a Zeus here, who stands back very far in the lanes. Meanwhile, both side lanes, man fighting is happening. Aurora goes into the swarm there, on to 11-17, may be in danger. Meanwhile, Kate is running away from Salty bottom lane, back to Aurora top lane. He should be fine with the bottom lane. Again, he's also fine. A lot of words expended, nobody did.
That is the third Sentry rune that has been dewarded by this 1 sentry placed by Malefic.
That is a value sentry there, and for Dire, that's a disaster. They need the vision supremacy. Now Burrow's there, onto Aurora is low. Chikuchi's away, bounce back is there, Aurora is low, Aurora will go down. Then now turn to DOS there. Meanwhile, bot lane again, man fighting continues to trek. Is man fighting with KU. Both are low, boundless is there. KU is rooted. Now purged by Keita. Keita goes in, looking for Shrek. Shrek mangoes. He voids on KU. KU low. KU dead. And now move to Keita, and Shrek is still very low. Meanwhile, top lane again. DOS, Blooders and sinking. Bottom lane again. Keita goes forward, looking for Salty. Overwhelming odds are there, but Salty still alive. Salty now goes down, so 1-for-1. Now Shrek is there once again with the void. Now running away from Keita, and Keita has no mana for overwhelming odds. Across the map, absolute chaos occurring.
Yeah, really good for the Dire in the bot lane. Becomes a nighttime, you kill a Terrorblade. Now he's kind of forced to jungle, he doesn't really want to be in lane. Well, he can be in lane right now because Night Stalker's no health. I mean, he did just get a salve, but he's going to have no more regen if you can harass him out. It's a little bit hard.
It is also nighttime for Night Stalker, though.
In this top lane, pretty much, I think the story of this lane has been, it should be kind of one-sided with this Bloodseeker, but kind of just Malefic is proven to be the more veteran warder. Just
Just
placing a ward in the trees, and Aurora's placed 1 in the trees and 3 in the lane.
Yeah, it's a bit of a disaster there. I mean, top lane, Malphite needs the Thunder God's Wrath is there. Malphite remains alive. Down south, Malphite's there. On the Weaver, the Berserk there. On the 2, Aurora dots both. The Aurora goes in, finds Malphite. Meanwhile, bot lane, Shrek dives tower, finds the kill. Top lane again, Aurora goes down. So across the map, it's a 2-for-1. It's a 1-for-1 in the top lane and a 1-for-0 in favor of Shrek in the bottom lane. Wild stuff.
I also see the Sand King's been able to get a lot more farm than the Bloodseeker.
Well, they're looking to change that, and that Rupture is there. Problem is, it's Weaver and Bloodseeker. Problem is there, but it's not there in time. Salty, just ever so slow in the rotation. And as a result, perhaps they used the Rupture early instead. Regardless, the coordination was bad. And he missed out on a key kill on Sand King.
Yeah. I mean, like, typically on, like, Bloodseeker lanes, you want to see him kind of dominate the lane. And the Sand King's still been able to get farm despite this. And now he's actually getting run down. Leshrak's rotating in.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a 3v2 here. They're looking for DOS, but I actually will hit on a 2, but there's Lightning Storm slowing onto DOS. DOS is still running. Pulse Nova is there. DOS should go down, will go down. In comes Keita, and has no duel, but Dire have Salty and Aurora. It's both supports in the area. But they're still on the retreat. Aurora almost is a courier. From the very end now, Radiant are taking the Dire side jungle. I think there's even a stack there. Leshrak's taking it now. In comes Dire, looking to manfight. Salty is cursed around there. Onto Leshworm is there as well. He's purged by Keita. Salty, dead to Pulse Nova, and it's just another. It's just this Dire jungle. It is a graveyard for the Dire heroes. What a disaster.
Yeah, it's kind of the problem with Radiant's draft is their active heroes Night Stalker, but he doesn't have a TP on him, and then their other active hero is Bloodseeker, but he's your carry, so you kind of want him to farm. Like, they have really good kill potential with Zeus ulti, but they don't really have anything to just stop you from running at them. Like, you can't really run at the lane that Zeus is in, because it's hard to dive him, but Zeus can only be in one lane at a time, so obviously you just see this top tower fall.
For the point now, I'm looking at hero last hits and not hero net worth, but looking at the last hits, I mean, Kobe is 81 last hits on the Leshrac, we're at 54, the next highest hero. The Ascension is there from Shrek, though. Dire are looking to fight. They see Malphite. Rupture is there onto the Monkey King. Kobe's the target of Shrek. Meanwhile, they now turn back to Malphite. Malphite pulled past Shrek there on Shrek and DOS, but it will not matter. Only delays the inevitable. Down goes Monkey King. But his death does ensure that there's a retreat for the Leshrac, so very good job by No Teddy in cutting their losses in that sense.
KU might be in trouble though. Fury pinged him, but then Shrek didn't go on him.
Just by chance, you looking at hero net worth or last right now?
I'm looking at net worth.
I was gonna ask you, guess who's the top 3 net worth, and as well, it's all 3 Radiants. It's Kobe by a landslide, followed by 1117, followed by KU. So despite the bad laning phase for KU by his standards, he's still ahead of all 3 of the Dire side cores. Now Aurora is in danger, has Shikuchi in 2 seconds. He's being gone on by the duel. The duel is there, and it's plus 10 for Keita. Legion Commander secures some damage. First of what should be many this game. Now mid lane, mid tower may be in danger. Kobe is there, but Dire with the Zeus are doing a relatively decent job of defending. For now. Jacoby is saying, you know, I don't want to hit tower. I want to farm. I like farming.
I think the reason why the net worth is kind of like so one-sided right now is they pick kind of like these 2 snowball laners on the Dire, and neither one really snowballed. DOS is getting
gone he's being gone on. She should die here. Her blood right and rupture, but DOS is being run down by Kobe. Good Invis rune there by Kobe. Capitalizes into a good kill on DOS. He's only got for 25 seconds, but that's a very bad death there on that Bloodseeker. And there's not what you can do. At 1 and 12 there for Kobe. Just too strong.
Yeah. But, like, these Dires pick these snowball heroes, and they're not snowballing. Because, sure, they kind of won the lane, relatively speaking. but the two snowball laners are against a Sand King and a Terrorblade, so they don't really care. They can just walk
He canceled the TP. 1117. He got away from certain death. He canceled his own TP, and it results in his death. A bit of hubris there by 1117. He got dusted, but the Void was on cooldown. He TP'd. As Aurora and Fury are on the rotation, he canceled it and then died because of it. Very interesting play there.
I mean, it's one of those scenarios where it's like, this man is standing in my sandstorm and dying. What if I just don't leave my sandstorm, but don't really account for, what heroes are missing on the map?
See, it turns out he was just pretending, and he had teammates coming. And as a result, it's a dead Sand King, who now actually have a relatively delayed travels, I guess, but he has Blink Dagger, so it's not a big deal. He has a Blink Soul Ring, he's fine.
Yeah. Although they are smoking towards this Terrorblade right now.
It's a huge kill if they can get it. Looking at the Radiant Vision, they see only a Bloodseeker on the map. So they know maybe DOS is up here, but they don't see the main kill threat. Question is, will they find KU? They have ascended. They're hunting where the illusions were coming from. Problem is KU. He's in the trees. And the legendary the Portland Burnsiders veteran, KU, on Terrorblade, once again gets away from the danger.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They also find the ward in their triangle and are able to get rid of it.
Disastrous for the side of NPC. They need big kills. They need to either kill the Shrek or kill Terrorblade, ideally both. But they're doing neither.
And now it's a really good time for Radiant to collapse on this mid tower. They have the Blink Dagger and Sand King. They have the Leshrac with a Purge on Legion Commander sitting behind. And Night Stalker has no nighttime or ulti. So you actually see them running into the jungle. Hopefully for the Dire, they can break the smoke with the Weaver.
Well, they see Zeus. They're running towards Zeus, but the smoke popped from the Weaver. He'll Shikuchi away, but it will only be into his death, it appears. So time-lapse. But it's a duel there from Keita. Epi's committed to secure the duel win for Keita. Keita now has 20 damage on that 5 Legion Commander. Meanwhile, mid lane, Kobe hits the tower. Shrek and Salty are on the defense, but currently Radiant have the numbers. But they'll wait, they'll rendezvous, they'll regroup to then re-siege the middle tier 1 tower. Well, it's a Blink Burrow there onto 1117 into Split Earth. Terrorize comes in though onto the Sand King and the Leshrac, allowing Dire to retreat. Though their tower cannot retreat, it is dead.
That's a good point. It is dead.
I was like, I just kind of left you a blank canvas there. I didn't really give you a lead-in. I just kind of left you a blank canvas. You went with my non-sequitur. Just ran with it. Mid lane, though, once again, they go on to Shrek. Lightning Storm is there, but Splitter is missed. And they have no 1117 nearby. So now Dire, they now turn to Malefic. Malefic, though, has a good amount of HP and will simply walk away from the danger.
Yeah, you see the little bit of a problem with the Dire strat right now, though. They're kind of just like sitting there and they want to fight, but they can't because it's not nighttime.
Meanwhile, it's Radiant who actually can start a fight. They burrow into Split Earth, into what should be a duel, into plus 10 more damage for Keita. And then we carry DOS Bloodseeker now in the grave for 30 seconds. And now with that Diabolic Edict on the Leshrac, they will begin the siege of the bottom tier 1 tower. Dire are setting up, but I'm not sure if they want this fight. Salty has a good angle, but has Terrorize on cooldown. Fury is in the back, and now Shrek is on the angle. They go for Kobe, with the Curse Convert is purged off by Keita. DOS buys back. The Bedlam is there. They want to get the Shrek. The Shrek goes down, but maybe a trade for Salty. Burrow comes in on a 2. Thunder God's Wrath is committed. It's a 1-for-1 so far. They hit for 1117. 1117 goes down, so it's now a 2-for-1 in favor of the Dire. They're looking for Keita. They have the ward. Now Aurora look for a storm with the Malefic, misses it. Now move back to Keita. Overlance is there, on to Keita will go down. Tried to take Shrek with him with that good old passive, the Moment of Courage, but it simply did not work out for him. It ends up being a 3-for-1 in favor of side of NPC, but they committed a very big buyback on DOS.
Yeah, it feels bad because he didn't get any kills either.
Yeah, he's poor. Like, really poor. He's got a Falcon Blade and a fucking Javelin.
Yeah, and now the Radiant are up and are probably defending this tower.
Could be a huge fight. Wukong's command is there. It is keeping DOS under that tower. Epi, Burrow come in onto Fury. Both of them, these cores are in severe danger. DOS goes down. Fury TPs, but is still into his death. 2 big core kills for the side of No Teddy, and they look now for more. They see Aurora, who's Shikuchiing away. They cannot find him. But I'm sure No Teddy... Ooh, they pause. Okay. I guess one saving grace is NPC got the bottom tier 1 tower. That is a big tower to get, but...
You have a dieback on your Bloodseeker who bought back, didn't get any kills. He didn't even get the tower last hit. And he's 800 gold away from his Maelstrom.
Well, I guess it's going to be delayed a little bit longer. I mentioned now he's poor, and well, now he's slightly more poor. We have downgraded his rating to from a B to a C in terms of his standard to poor rating. It's now a C. You're meant to dodge this.
Hey, Badger.
Yeah.
No casserole, please.
Oh yeah, fine. But
fucking squid. Hey, Badger. Yeah, what's up? Doesn't respond. Oh, I was gonna say a joke about no casserole chat, but I have you muted. There's some all-time classic dumb things my co-casters haven't done. Ooh, so they do not go for the Spirit Vessel rush on the Weaver. He's going for the Ags rush. However, he is only 2,000 gold away.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, other than the South American players, like say Infamous, for example, you've seen a lot of the Pro Weavers have gone for this rush up Aghanim Scepter. And it makes sense this game. You see, say, your Bloodseeker, your Zeus just dying. Suddenly, no, they're not. They're time-lapsed.
I mean, I say only 2,000 gold away, but he's a pause 5 support. It's probably going to be like 10 minutes.
So all I have to do is increase his net worth by like another 60%. How hard can it be? It's when you put it that way. It's like 60% of your net worth added. That's a lot of net worth.
The Badger, he's only 2k behind one of the carries in the game.
It's his own carry,
the problem is it's his own carry.
If we're then juxtaposing him versus, say, the enemy carry, then it's 5.5k deficits.
Which is the same amount that his carry has.
I hate you so much.
Quick math. Badger, I thought firefighters were supposed to be dumb, Smile.
You are dumb. No smile. No cap. I'm not capping here. You're just a fucking idiot. We're seeing it essentially. They're looking for a Malefic. They want this big kill on the monkey. The Nimbus comes and Bedlam's there as well. He's purged by Keita, but he's still being run. And Malefic goes down to the Underground Draft. Now Dire look for more. Shrek is still ascended. Gets the D-Ward now, looks even deeper. Wants to go into Kobe, but the problem is his ascension. It's only half duration left. The mid T1, maybe the target though, of the Dire.
I was gonna say, there's a tower in the way.
It's a good tower siege to get. It's that all-important mid T1 tower. Perhaps Lion gets some more map control. You know, the Curse Crown and Bedlam are there. Actually, no, there's no Bedlam, still on cooldown. The Curse Crown is still there onto Kobe. He's now being built on the tier 2 tower. Dire are not fully committing. Terrorize comes in onto Leshak, bringing him away from the fight. Meanwhile, mid T1 is dead. Now Dire head to the Radiant Track Camp looking for some creeps, but all they find is an illusion of KU.
This is exactly what Dire needs. The problem is, it's too little. Right? They need to take these fights. They get a pick off. They get a tower, and it's great. But it's nighttime, and nighttime eventually ends.
Yeah.
And Radiant know that, and Radiant are just going to farm.
And Radiant also sees Shrek the Green Knights. Earth Strike is there, into Epi, into Splitter, into Boundless Strike, into a very dead Stalker of the Knights. Dead now for 43 seconds, giving 370 gold to Malefic on that Monkey King. And well, it's a 6k net worth lead for No Teddy. This is more what we expected going into the series from them. A strong performance. Meanwhile, as a good burrow there. 11-17, canceling the TP of Aurora. Aurora will time-lapse. And will barely dodge the Split Earth. He's now still trying to juke, but he has no TP. Keita has Tumbler Stoy, and he is searching. Aurora is juking. He may get away. He'll be here for a while.
I mean, his team needs the space, though. The only problem is also giving Terrorblade space.
Well, they found Aurora at long last, and they've dusted. Bounce Wreck comes in, Malphite grabs the haste through, and now he's actually keeping up with Aurora. Jingu is bopped. Aurora may be in severe danger. Braille Mix comes and actually keeps Malphite in the route now. Aurora Shiguchi's away now. Crush Crown is down to Malphite. Nimbus comes in. Swarm comes in. Malphite low. Malphite should go down. Malphite mischiefs, but it will not. Actually, no, he's 6. He turns. He's still dead.
It appears Terrorblade would like to play the game in about a minute.
You're saying he's about a minute away from his BKB? Yeah, that's when he'll be ready to play. I mean, Manta, Falcon Blade, BKB. That's a lot of ability to play Dota 2.
I was just supposed to say, I'm surprised he doesn't have a Yasha, but I'm like, oh, no, he has Manta.
Got a Manta.
Don't mind me, just stupid 4-player.
Yeah. Well, I mean, how are you supposed to know what a Manta is built from? You never buy a Manta.
It's not true. Dodging is the best thing in the game, and I do it all the time.
The former, yes. The latter, haha.
Haha, funny bunny.
That's not even a haha. That's just a ha.
Ha. Goddamn.
A single ha. All you deserve.
The only problem the Dire's having now is they are quite far away from their BKBs. And with the amount of pressure this Radiant team has already been able to put on the map, it's not going to be any less when they finish their BKBs. I guess Leshtrack is still a ways away from his, but this Terrorblade is very strong.
I think Malefic and Aurora are wasting each other's times right now.
It appears so.
I'm just kind of shadowing both of them slowly as they move across the map together. Neither of them are pretty much ever going to die doing this. The flip side, neither of them going to kill ever, so... Meanwhile, bot lane, actual temp happens onto DOS. Burrow, Epi are there. In comes Nimbus, DOS looking, Turn Blutter is there, but 1117 just has too much HP and damage. 1117 solo kills DOS.
Shouldn't have he just walked out of Sandstorm? I didn't see the whole thing.
Yeah, I only saw the end of it, but when I tuned over, he was already, like, dead, so...
Yeah, but he was just like... He had like 150 health or something like that, and he like clicked Sand King 3 times.
Did he have enough HP to even run away at that point? I have no idea.
He was on the edge of Sandstorm almost.
Maybe he thought he thought he had better odds of surviving with man fighting with the Nimbus, but it just didn't work.
Just run away.
I'm not saying he's right. I'm just saying that was his assessment of the situation.
But Patrick, what if the Zeus ulties so that Sand King has less health and then Bloodseeker runs faster? Yes.
I mean, potentially that could have happened, but that's not the line of play that Dire went for. It seemed like they had a mic issue there, so perhaps they weren't communicating the intentions properly. Meanwhile, top lane, KU and Kobe siege the top tier 2. It's now very dead. It's in the grave, and they'll parlay that one into a very easy outpost take. And the question today now is, when does Roshan die? I'm guessing not too long from now.
Yeah, I think very soon. Unless they're gonna go on this Night Stalker first.
Yeah, they were waiting in the trees to the left of Shrek, perhaps looking to jump him in that middle lane area, but Shrek a little bit too far away to be gone on. We are seeing some more splitting the map, actually.
Aurora is 400 gold away.
Big attempt bottom lane. Bedlam is there on 1117. Now Burrow's way up. The Swarm is there. 1117 still is the target. He's still low. Thundergod's Wrath comes in. Down goes 1117. Meanwhile, mid lane, Malefic's being run. I should be fine. Back to bottom lane. Kobe and Keita are there, but they cannot find heroes in time. I'm not sure if 1117 is actually has mic issues or if he's trolling us right now.
Well, that was the reason for the last pass by the Dire was mic issues.
That's why I'm pretty sure he's just here to troll right now. Here to have some memes here.
Yeah, that was a huge kill, but now Thunder God's Wrath is on cooldown for 85 seconds.
Who cares?
And I feel like the moment Sand King's up, if I'm the Radiant team, I'm walking into the Roshan pit because my Leshrac is 600 gold away from BKB.
They've got Nimbus for that. They'll be fine. speaking of potentially not fine, bottom lane Aurora's on the run. Is now tanking the Burrow Strike of 11-17. Epi is committed. Now blinks onto Aurora. Weaver has no spells. Weaver will go down. Meanwhile, in the jungle, KU Malphite are there. Salt actually blinks in with the Curse Crown. It's now being gone on by Malphite. Malphite now leaps away. Now Dire. They go in. Shrek has ascended. Doss is running. But Dire are unable to catch the side of the Radiance. Shrek sees them. That extra flying vision, but he cannot get them.
We may have a problem if you're the Dire.
They have many problems. Which one are you mentioning?
I'm mentioning the fact that he just popped ulti on Night Stalker. It's about to end, and then it's going to be daytime. And Radiant hasn't walked into the Roshan pit yet.
That is true.
And I think Dark Willow's just dead.
It looks like it. Wukong's command is committed. Salty has the blink, but it's on cooldown. He will go down to that Wukong's command monkey. So now, well, Shrek is being gone on as well by KU and Kobe. Doss ruptured the mouth of the burrows there on the Bloodseeker. Dark Willow has ball back. They want to fight. Nimbus comes in, looking to fight around the Nimbus, but the Nimbus is just so small. KU hits Nimbus. They're going to bring it down, and now Radiant towards the Roshan pit have supremacy. But it is once again a 5v5. KU's in the pit. Ace comes in. It misses, but it zones. Radiant look for a new angle in the fight, but Dire have retreated all the way to the edge of their jungle at this point.
Alright, Badger, I'm a mental midget. It is nighttime, not daytime.
Yes.
Night Stalker has finished his BKB, but Bloodseeker still does not have one, so I do not think the Dire are capable of fighting right now. Although they do have the Aghanim Scepter completed on the Weaver, which is pretty huge.
It really is. That's a massive pickup there for Aurora on the Weaver. It is the exact thing they need.
Okay.
For those who are just joining, by the way, if you're wondering, Team NPC, it's not guaranteed a must-win game, but they cannot afford to lose many games anymore. Every game they lose makes their playoff chances that much more slim, and now Aurora, their 5 is being gone on by Malphite. He will Shikuchi away, though. So back up against the wall, Team NPC once again need to pull out a miracle, it appears. KU has invaded the jungle. Shrek attempts to defend his outpost, but Radiant once again are gaining more map control. They'll once again delay the outpost, dying next to the Nimbus, but KU is just a little bit too tanky. Meanwhile,
I think Radiant might have lost.
Malphite should be dead here. They caught him in the trees. He's been ascended on. He's now somehow getting away from this one. There's no way he lives, right? He's lived!
And a question mark.
Oh
So,
my.
I believe Radiants have lost their surefire way to get Roshan. Because there is now a BKB on Bloodseeker as well. There is the Scotty completed on Terrorblade, but you have to be a little bit more scared with these BKBs online. So I think they probably could have just man-fought in the pit and taken it now, especially with a couple of the CDs down. But now I think they need to be a little bit more careful about approaching this Roshan pit. And the other thing, Badger, it scared the living shit out of me. I was looking at Salty's inventory, and I was like, this man has Tranquils and Blink Dagger, and then like 10 minutes later, well not 10 minutes, but like 6 or 7 minutes later, I looked at his inventory, and I was like, this man has Tranquils and Blink Dagger and 100 gold. What happened? This man should have more gold than that, just based off of like passive gold, and I didn't realize he had bought his shard.
That's a very big distinction on that one. We are seeing Dire though. 5 minute smoke. It could be huge. Salty initiates. Realm Mace is there on Malphite. Nimbus comes in as well as out purged by Keita. 11-17 though is the target of the Dire. They have him silenced. This could be a huge kill. BKB's now. Malphite comes in. Allows 11-17 to retreat. Now Radiance. Heads the river. The Burrow Strike comes in onto the Bloodseeker and the Night Stalker. Epi comes in as well. BKBs from both teams. It's huge. Malphite low. Malphite dead. 2 down. Dire are winning, but they have more BKBs. KU, Kobe, Keita. They fight. They stun Doss. Doss will go down. It's actually a dual win for Keita. And now, Radiance. It's a 4v4, thanks to a buyback on Malefic, and they are once again around the Roshan pit. But Dire may still look to fight. They are still in the periphery of their jungle. They don't want to give this up.
That was actually a huge fight for Dire, despite losing their carry. because that is now Metamorphosis down, and they didn't take Roshan Radiant. Like, Radiant are just trying to control this part of the map to get Roshan, because that's how they go take these last two outer towers, and are able to siege high ground. But they can't do that without an Aegis, because there's too much burst potential on this Terrorblade that he can't hit high ground. Him or the Leshrac.
It's one of those things too, where it seems like NPC have started to stop the bleeding. Like the wound is still there. It's still a pretty significant gash in their chest cavity, but the bleeding is starting to calm. They're no longer hemorrhaging more and more lead. It is calm, but they need to keep it calm.
Yeah, I'd also like to point out that somehow Aurora has almost farmed an entire fucking rod of Atos since we last looked at his inventory.
And Aurora Dota knows the stakes. He knows he must play optimally, out of his mind, to win this game potentially. He is actually the most farm support in the game right now.
Yeah. He's not that far off the cores considering his 30 minutes.
Keita was smoked. It popped onto Aurora. Dire. They engage. They ascend. They Nimbus. Keita pops the good old press the attack with the shard, but it will not be enough. Down goes Keita. And now Dire have the numbers once again, but Radiant are splitting the map. Malefic occupies top lane. KU, mid lane Tricamp. Kobe, bot lane and jungle area. This is a lot of farming for the Dire. Against the Dire. But can Dire go Roshan? They're in the pit. They have popped a Curse Crown, but what can they get?
What can you do?
Now the Thunder God's Wrath looking for Malefic. Malefic's just so hard to find. The Ascension and the Nimbus are there. Malefic is just so maneuverable. And they cannot find him. The Ascension is over, and once again, Malefic just cannot die. This man is Houdini, practically. And back to the Roshan pit. Nobody's in there now but Sand King. It's still somehow alive, and Malefic is just playing with his food. Bloodrite comes in, but it will miss. And Monkey King just cannot die. He'll even pounce right onto the Bloodseeker. He'll Primal Spring in. He'll once again try to man-fight. Rupture comes through, though. Malefic actually may lose this fight. BKB's there from DOS. Burrow's there, but it's too late for the BKB. Malefic, dead. DOS engages. 11-17, TP's away. Aurora actually goes down to the Sandstorm, so a rough death there, Aurora. Now Radiant are the ones who pursue. They have a duel. They look for Shrek, but Shrek had a good TP in the trees. However, that does mean Dire, at long last, after, I think it's been the last 8 minutes, they've finally given up control around the Roshan pits. And no Teddy will take the first Roshan of the game.
They are smoking out, but it doesn't look like they want to contest. DOS is just in the bot lane looking to finish up his Mjolnir.
They just lack the heroes. And they might terrorize the pit, perhaps, but it won't matter. Or perhaps it will. Terrorize comes, it's too late. Now the duel's there to Salty. That's more damage for Keita. Now 70 duel damage for the Legion Commander. And Salty tried to make a hero play. It actually ends up being a dieback, I believe. That's a dieback technically for him. And now I find Trek as well. The Burrow Strike is there. And this could be another huge kill for side of the Radiant. But they actually retreat. They figured it was a bait. It was not a bait. He was just alone.
No, they didn't have any follow-up.
That's true.
There actually is a Blink Dagger on this Leshrac. They might end up with the game with 4 Blink Daggers. They are going the Agi Blink on the Terrorblade, so yeah, they're gonna end the game with 4 Blink Daggers.
If the game lasts that long, yeah.
Alright, so the Monkey King disassembled his Echo Saber for a BKB, and is now working on a Mage Slayer. I think the Radiant literally thought, hey, let's
Here we go! Blink Duel, there enough Fury into the Blink episode, but the time lapse brings him away, but is it enough? Aurora, low, Fury alive, they're both dead. Muhansi Man comes in, DOS tries to run with his BKB, it's already over. Radiant pursue that after tier 3 town goes DOS. Shrek has BKB'd, but it's futile. He'll get the HP, he'll try to man-fight KU, but he cannot win that fight. Dragon's comes in, but KU loses the Aegis. Keita dies as well. Shrek pursues, Malefic goes down. Shrek, he's winning the fights. There's now 3 dead inside the Radiant, and now Shrek is once again trying to juke. Salty comes in, Curse Crown, Bedlam are there, onto Kobe. In comes the bolts from Fury. Down goes Kobe, and now KU is the lone survivor, but he has the BKB and the TP. Shrek pursues. He wants to go in. They need this KU kill, but how can they get it? In comes Blink, Curse Crown, it's there. KU, well, Manta. Can he get away? The illusions, they're hitting Salty. Rebel Maze will miss. KU is still trying to run. Nimbus is there, but they cannot pursue. KU gets away.
Did you see what just happened in that high ground fight?
Shrek killed everything? KU engages. Whoa, he blinks in. He stunners on the Shrek. The Blade Mail is there. The Curse Crown comes in. He's BKB's KU. Kills Shrek. And now Salty in the 1v1 with the big bad Terrorblade. He gets one shot by KU.
I don't think they were ready for that Blink Dagger pickup.
No, they were not.
But Shrek jumped in and he had like no health, and it's like, surely this is not gonna end well. But he has this shard, so he just ate a creep, and like it looked like he ate a fucking cheese, and he just killed like 3 heroes. That was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
It turns out, seeing a blink duel from Keita onto Fury. Not quite sure it'll be a dual win, but with 11-17 on the Rendezvous, it should be a kill regardless. Burrow and Epi come in, and Fury has no defensive items. He will go down. He does not have buyback.
And there's a DD on Terrorblade, and the creep wave middle.
Oh dear God, this could be the end of the road for NPC. Malefic is chasing Doss. He's looking to cancel his TP. Doss.
Doss doesn't have TP.
She has. Why does he have no TP? Why is he up here? No. Kobe, Malefic are there. Rupture comes through. They're trying to run. Doss, BKBs looks to man fight. Kobe low. Kobe dead. Doss, he's winning the fight. He's out man fighting with Malefic. Meanwhile, high ground. KU fights. Malefic dead. Back to high ground. KU has grabbed a middle set of barracks, and he goes for set 2. He's rooted. He's terrorized, but he does not care. He has the Agi Blink. And Doss, he got 2 kills, but still has no TP. KU is purged. Heads for more racks. It's only him and Keita, but only him and Keita needed. Terrorize comes in, brings the TB away from the bottom racks, but they need this kill. 11-17, TP's in, Atos is there, Shrek is looking there, but he's losing that man fight. Illusions destroy Shrek the Green Knight. He's dead for 90 seconds.
He has no buyback, and Doss has no BKB. His problem.
Now the duel's there onto Aurora. It will be a 1 duel. It will be a Burrow onto Salty. It will be a death on Salty. They'll buy it back, but it just seems futile. It's the 2-man defense. Third, if they can buy back the Weaver, but they have now found Doss. The Burrow is there. The hits are there. The Daedalus is too much. It's an ultra kill for KU. And now, he just looks for the Rampage. He wants the Rampage, perhaps. He's diving in the fountain. Burrow's there. Onto Salty. Salty low. Salty still alive. Rupture comes in. Onto the TB. Salty dead to 11-17. And now, Dire, they leave their fountain as 3. KU, she has TP canceled, but he has BKB. He ruptured, but no, he cannot rupture. They've killed KU. It's a massive kill. Going to Doss. But is it too little? Too late?
It might be, but he did get 1,200 gold for killing him. It was literally double his net worth before that kill.
I mean, certainly also Scotty there on Doss, but I'm not sure if a Scotty is enough to man fight the TV. With
yeah, again,
31,000 net worth.
They need an AC, right? Both games. You need armor. Like the enemy team's just picking physical damage. Make sure they have some magic damage.
They're just too poor, though. They're just too poor.
Yeah, I'm surprised Weaver hasn't picked up his shard. He's instead going for this Gleipnir.
I mean, there's 2 things that shock me. No Vessel and no Shard. I mean, this is... I guess this team needs control, but man...
I mean, I guess I can understand the no Vessel. Pretty much everybody on the other team is a BKB, as well as they have a Purge on Legion Commander. There's no Yules or Lotus on Sand King. In fact, Sand King's going Lincoln Sphere instead of a Lotus, which is a bit odd for a Sand King. Typically, you see
Lotus Orb.
Yeah, like you typically see a Lotus Orb no matter what build you go, but you often see Yule Scepter picked up on Sand King, just because it can set up kills and it can keep you alive.
Dire tried a Desperation Smoke with 2. It was Shrek and I believe Aurora. Yeah, they tried to find something. They found nothing. They do see Heroes mid lane. Burrow is there on Salty. Salty is now tanking the epicenter. And well, 11-17 TP's away. Bring Salty with him. It's a good pick off there. And now Shrek, well, he's near KU, but not sure if he can win that one. Aurora is on the rendezvous. Underground Trap comes in. They're trying to get vision now. Now Shrek on the Keita. Nimbus comes in. Keita goes down. Now the man fight with Malefic. Malefic is low. He's not big idiots. Looks to go in. KU, though, is the big man with so much damage. The Blade Mail. She's time-lapsed by Aurora. Aurora dead. Shrek still alive. He's still ascending. He's trying to run, but now in comes stuns. Burrow misses. Underground Trap once again comes in. Now Dire. are looking to do something. They have Doss chasing Kobe. Kobe, she's a split there on the Doss. Doss, his BKB's on cooldown. He gets destroyed by KU, and well, we may have found the end of the road. Aurora dead for 80. Doss dead for 120 seconds.
Yeah, it was the refresher on Zeus too, so they weren't able to get anything out of that, so I think it's kind of just GG. They don't have Metamorphosis on Terrorblade, but I don't think it's gonna matter.
Yeah, I mean, it's, there's just not enough base defenders. It's the 5v3 Siege, and Terrorblade, I think, has more net worth than all the live Dire heroes. It's that bad. It's not that bad, but it's not. It's like 5,000 gold off, which is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Glyph is there. It will be the last glyph of the series, it appears. Shrek tries to engage, but it's daytime. He has no ability to ascend. Netherrack's dead. Terrorize comes in, but KU 2-shots Salty. He broke the ankles of Salty on that one. Salty's now dead. Burrow comes in onto Fury. In comes Epi. Everyone will BKB. Fury doesn't have one. Fury's now dead. Now Shrek in his BKB is running the battle. The duel comes in from Keita. Shrek. He's sundered by KU, keeping him alive. But the result is the same. It's a full 5-man wipe, and well, it's end of the road time. It's Megas for the Radiants. They go Throne. Dire might not call GG, but the result will happen nonetheless. The Throne is being sieged. And there are no defenders.
It definitely feels bad when the enemy +5 has more right-click damage than your carry. But that's what can you do?
What can you do? And it ends up being a 1-for-1 draw between No Teddy and Team NPC. No Teddy have without a doubt secured an upper bracket berth. They're still looking perhaps the number 2 seed. They're 11-5, and NPC, they fall to 4-10 in playoffs. The road, it's getting longer. It's getting more treacherous. It may be the end of the road for them. They need more. Look at the series, though.
That one game keeps them alive, though.
It does. If it was a 2-0 loss, they'd be done mathematically. It'd be over. But that 1-1, it keeps them alive. You're right. Looking at the series, let's get some thoughts, Burke. Let's get some thoughts. What do you have for us?
I think game 1, they had the better draft. They just weren't executing it properly on no proper carry. They did a very good job on No Teddy, or Heck Teddy, whatever they want to be called, to kind of like kite that Radiant team around. They're definitely playing to their strengths. The only downside is eventually the Mars pick kind of just came into play and the Divine Rapier pickup, and they just walked down mid. It was kind of like a what can you do moment. I don't think there was any stopping that unless they could predict it was coming and fight them outside of the base. But the problem was they had already relocated into the enemy base to get megas. So by the time they relocated back into their fountain, they were already knocking on their tier 4s. But then game 2 was just quite rough for the Dire. They picked these kind of snowbally lanes with Bloodseeker and Night Stalker, or at least snowbally first 15 minutes. But the only problem was the 2 heroes that those snowballing heroes were laned against were heroes that are just going to walk away and go jungle, worst case scenario.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened. Was KU just walked to the jungle. Sand King was able to go sit in a lane wherever he wanted to. Because whenever it wasn't nighttime, there was literally no kill potential on them. Then on top of that, I think the Bloodseeker pick in general just kind of didn't make sense. There was a Sand King, a Monkey King, and a Leshrac, and they just picked Bloodseeker. And typically you pick Bloodseeker to counter something. It's not really one of those meta pick this because it's good. It is good. but you pick it to counter stuff. Like oftentimes you see, like against my team, there's a couple of times where we picked Pango in the first phase, or even Pango plus Void Spirit in the first phase, and Bloodseeker counts both as zeros. So you see a team just pick Bloodseeker, and my team has a bit of a rough game, or we even lose. So that's the time you want to pick a Bloodseeker, is when you have that clear Rupture target. But you kind of could see Doss struggling with his Rupture targets this game. He didn't really know who to Rupture. You just see like a Rupture on like a pause for Monkey King, and if that's your Rupture target, then it's no longer really a good Bloodseeker game, because that's your whole purpose. You Rupture someone and chase them down. And if it's not a core, it kind of feels bad.
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate there. Either way, though, I mean, it was a fun series. I think game 1 a lot more fun than game 2. We got a fun 1-1. NPC outdoing expectations. I think everybody in their right mind probably had no Teddy a 2-0 victory. NPC turned into a 1-1. And, yeah, do you have any final analysis for us before I go into my usual outro stick?
I guess if we want to look at who Team NPC has left to play, I think it's kind of irrelevant who No Teddy has left to play. They've already secured, I think, upper bracket in playoffs. So Team NPC still has to play Menaces to Sobriety, which is the last place team. So that looks like a potential 2-0 for them to keep them alive. They also need to play... What's the other team they need to play? No banned players. Ooh. So that's going to be another rough one.
That's a hard series.
Those are their 2 series left.
Well,
and they need to 4-0.
It may, if they need to 4-0, including 2 wins over no banned players, it may be time to begin the eulogy for Doss. It'll be his first season ever missing playoffs and lads, so unfortunate there for that one, but...
It's okay though, Badger. He is not the last ranked carry player.
But thank you, Artorius, for joining me. Do you have any final words, call-outs, shouts to say the people of League of Lads and twitch.tv/Badger Pablo?
You heard it here first. I'm now an offlane player, standing in his offlane too many times in the past week. Help.
And I'll give you a verifiable XD for that one. But once again, thanks Artorius for joining me for this cast tonight. Thank you to the viewers for tuning in for this 1-1 draw between No Teddy and Team NPC. I will be back multiple times this week for some more Lands casting. I will be back for Earning the Wins, taking on 5 above average dudes tomorrow at 9 p.m. EST. And then I'll be back Thursday at 9 p.m. EST for No Banned Players versus Frostfire Sims, a very important Group B series. I'll be joined that night by the one and only Young God Logical Dota. And then I'll be back on Friday night as well for I Swear This Is My Account, taking on Dog Owners. And then on Saturday, another big series. It's Frostfire Sims taking on No Teddy. And I'll be joined by the one and only Big Brained Complexity Sasquatch on that one. So that'll be a fun time on that one. Hope to see you again soon for some more casting, Artorius. But thank you to the viewers for watching. And as per always, have a great night.
Badger, you sound